way, just do, he just smooth, bringing much news with the facts when he crush fools. I'm rough school, I bust moves like crush groove. Pass me the mic and I'll turn it into lunch food. Just cool, but talk slick and he'll punch dudes. Cowards get the message and they hush like Tubbs do. You can bring your whole bus crew plus two. T-Dub-T is astronomical, you comical. You a fool if you think we'll ever honor you. Them other channels ain't shit, no abdominal. This the face of new media, fuck a Donahue. You see my giant crew, we shine like a diamond do. If any trolls disrespect, yo, we finding you. We all surrounded you, it ain't no reminding you. He already done surpassed what you trying to do. So quit the fake smoke, you suckers better take notes. When you step into the chat, you better wipe your feet. Hit the like and keep your comments short and sweet. My homie just not a joke, you don't want to war. Plus a deep boxing IQ, you don't want to spar. He broadcasted from Jersey, so we straight. Put you deep in the dirt, that's why they call this the Garden State. You seem tough, but not a threat like a garden snake. We not scared of you, we chopping off a head or two. Mark your calendar, remember what we said to you. It's no option, it's just do boxing. Mark your calendar, remember what I'm telling you. It's no option, it's just do boxing. Word 'em up. T-Dub-T. We in the spot.
What's good? What's good? Salute to the family. Salute to the family. What's good? Salute to the Queen Barbara D. D Free, what's good with it, D Free? Appreciate you for pulling up. My bro, as always. Lady Do, salute Queen. Appreciate you for pulling up. 512 Big Texas, what's good, Brody? Ashley's Corner, salute Queen. How you feeling? AJ64, what's good? What's good with it, AJ? Appreciate you for pulling up. How y'all feeling, man? Flossie, my bro, what's good with you, bro? Whom was that? Oh, that was Judah. That was Judah Ben Israel, Ash. He had made that for me a while ago. I usually play it in the beginning of the streams. Probably people don't be catching it a lot, but I should start playing it at the end too. But yeah, he did that for me a couple weeks ago. Man, that was dope that he did that. He just, never know when your content motivate people. Like he said, that motivated him to want to put that together for me. So it was dope. Thought that was dope. Salute to everybody in the building. How y'all feeling, man? How y'all feeling? Man, y'all already know where I'm going with this conversation. I mean, I think y'all know. I see it like I'm always going to be somebody that talk about all this complaining that be going on in boxing. And it'd be a lot of misinformation too. And one thing I learned about in this content creator space, people don't like to be wrong, man. You could tell somebody, you could tell a person, yo, I spoke to such and such straight up. They're going to be like, what? Are you sure? You sure? Ask him this. Won't you ask him, man? Hell no. I'm not an attention whore, so I don't really care about breaking the news and shit like that. I'm not a news breaking type of channel. I always say this. Y'all know the slogan. I'm not here, or we not here to break the news. We're here to have a conversation. So on that note, we're gonna have us a conversation, man. So, man, as we all know, we didn't get the fight we were supposed to get. So we left grasping at straws, and I've been saying this for a couple weeks now. We be left to make sense of the breadcrumbs and the little paper trail that these fighters and promoters and man, my bad, y'all. Salute to everybody in the bill. Y'all smash that like button. Yeah, we be having to deal with all the misinformation and this story coming out, that story coming out. And I think we got a bad domino effect, being that we didn't get Crawford and Spence. We got to worry about Crawford and AVANESYAN fighting, and they supposed to have a date December 10th. What was odd about that is AVANESYAN also had a November 19th date against an undefeated opponent. And I think they scratched that one off in the back. Man, Leonard, did you even hit the like button? Did you even? I ain't see a comment in the chat. None of that. I ain't see you say what up, good morning, just do nothing. What's good with you, bro? None of that. You just said you in the back. God, at least say you hit the like button. Say what's good. Salute to the people. But yeah. I free to chop it up. But I'm gonna let you come on. I mean, damn, Leonard, you ain't have to jump. You ain't have to jump off. I was gonna let you up. I'm wrong all the time, learning all the time. Hey, bro, and again, just so we clear, it's not for me. It's not always about being right. Like I think that's the difference. And I'm gonna keep hammering this home because I know everybody. It's nobody in specific. I know everybody when they start a live video, they got to be right all the time, right? You appreciate you, bro. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. You could jump up though, bro. You could come on up. It's all good. This is a conversation for the people, man. I told you I'm gonna start doing more open panels because I like to have discussions. And the only way I can have these discussions the way I want to is if I interact with other people. But I want to be clear about something. When we having discussions, it's about give and take. With Just Do, I don't have to be right all the time. If somebody got information that I don't have and it's correct, I'm cool with that. You get what I'm saying? I'm cool with it. So salute to everybody in the building. Gerald King, salute, bro. Appreciate you for pulling up. How you feeling? Appreciate you. No, I was good with it, bro.
What's good, bro? What's good, man?
I appreciate that little room etiquette. That's all. Just say what up.
Yeah, no, I understand.
What's good with you? I know you wanted to chop it up about this.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm entering your house. The least I can do is give you a like button and help you support what's on it. But hey, Just Do, man, this is crazy. This nigga Earl got people guessing. I mean, look how he has like the sport of boxing in a chokehold. People like, who is he fighting? He fight this person, that person. They're coming up with theories and arguments and all this. He doesn't even have a fight official, and it's almost like your fight is already official. Like the amount of publicity he's getting. I mean, like everybody's talking about this.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He got niggas going on guess who and shit. Like, who is it?
I'm glad you up here because see, these conversations need to be had. This is what I be saying to people. A lot of misinformation, and I'm not about blaming nobody no more. I got a different angle today. I'm not even mad at content creators because I'm mad at the people that's putting out the misinformation that's leading to more misinformation. You get what I'm saying? People know what they be doing, and it's a lot. It's like we do too much going at each other instead of look, everybody ain't gonna be brothers in arms, and I get that, but I ain't come up here to make no enemies. I ain't come up here to be, my channel versus your channel, because everything my people over here, I don't do none of that. All that shit be weird. I just never understood it. If we did more sharing information, I think we could do a better job at providing content as a whole for people. You get what I'm saying? We could go back and forth all day about where it's coming from and who's doing it, but like you said, we got to play guess who. I've been saying this for a couple of weeks. We always got to figure out who's fighting next. That's why I use that in the thumbnail, like who's next. And then I put what people are talking about. You got Crawford and AVANESYAN. You got Spence. You got Keith Thurman said he got a contract, but Keith Thurman is nowhere near a welterweight right now. You got a December 17th date out there. You got a December 10th date for Crawford. I'm hearing some fishy stuff with that. I'm hearing about bankruptcies with BLK Prime. I'm just hearing a lot. And again, it's okay to report on things as long as you understand not to pass something along as a fact if you don't know it to be fact. So a lot of this stuff is just speculation and stuff that's going on in the boxing world. It's a lot. I admit it, I don't mind being vulnerable because that's when I learn the most. That's why I appreciate you, Ash, because you're different. See, and I'm one of them too. I really don't care about being first. I don't even care about being right all the time. I'd rather just have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about being right. Demetrius Bright, what's good with it, my bro?
So just do. So has your people reached back out to Thurman to confirm anything, or they haven't?
Thurman, no, because I mean, you got to use a little bit of common sense. He's not going to tell you everything, but he told more than enough. You get what I'm saying? That was a direct alley-oop from one of my people's straight. And he already, it's an interview out there where he talking to the dude. And it's the reason why if anybody wondering real quick why he got this information, and this is my idea on it, because instead of being fake with him, he was being real with him. That's how he was able to get him on the camera and on the live. And from what I understand, Keith Thurman got a lot of yes men around him. And bro wasn't being no yes man when he was up there. He wasn't being no super fan and none of that shit. And you would usually, a sensitive fighter wouldn't have respected the way dude was asking questions, but Keith Thurman had respect for him. That's why he was able to get that information out of him. But at the same time, if you see how big he is, you getting a December 17th date. It's similar to when they threw us the November 19th date. It was 2 months out when they did it. Look, you don't see a pattern? This is why this live is more so about misinformation. Like they do this to us all the time, and all we do. Oh, I think if you've been in this game long enough, and I'm only 10 months in, I think at some point you reported something that did not happen.
True.
Do that make you a liar? You get what I'm saying? Do it make you a liar? I don't think it do.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, Just Do. Like, that's 100% correct. Everybody on here, according to his sources, has been wrong. I mean, we are a victim of it. You know, we're all a victim of it. So it just
Ricky
make
Williams,
you
my
a
bro,
liar.
was good with it.
Now,
and I say that too.
Yeah,
you're right. That's why I'm not here to attack nobody's information, because we've all been victims of it to some degree. And I ain't had to fall victim to it just yet, because I'm a lot fresher than some of these people. But again, it's like I blame the sources too, man. I blame the sources, and you got to be more careful with who you reporting as a source. That's why you don't give your people up. You get what I'm saying? You report it as speculation or as rumor, and I don't pass things off as fact that I can't prove to y'all unless I really got for sure. You know what I mean? That's why I said when you was asking that day, I was like, trust me, you pretty much know this content. I never do that because it wouldn't
of
serve
course,
me.
I'm gonna give you the benefit.
THURMAN in January. Okay. See, now look, if that's the case, Rick, salute to my bro. That's the case, then that just adds credence to what I'm saying. That other date that they throwing out there is bogus. He will not be 147 by that time. He will not. That's what I'm saying. So when I say sometimes we got to be forced to use our common sense, which I don't mind doing. That's what you got to do. Of course, they gonna give us little tidbits and shit for us to take and run and report, because people be happy to report shit. But I use my common sense, just like when they threw out the November 19th day. I'm like, yeah, that's like 2 months away. So they about to train, promote, and do all that and fight. I was like, man, like, you get what I'm saying? But a person to tell you wrong. Nah, I'm using common sense. Just like I bet you he ain't getting in the ring by no December 17th, and it won't be with Keith Thurman. That's what I am saying. D-Free was good with it. D-Free. Jeff was good with it, my bro. How you feeling? And thought it was Boots to fight in December. And again, see, Jeff, that's why I'm glad we had these conversations. I just be wanting to want people to understand how I do my content. I'm about
even if you was wrong about something, I'm never going to take it personal, because that I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and say that's what you was told. You know what I'm saying? Any content creator, that's what you were just reporting on what you was told. So
you get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'm not in a space where I want to blame people, because everybody, I leave that to everybody else. Everybody else doing that anyway. With me, way I think, and blaming people, we get nowhere. We don't get nothing answered. We just get passing the buck back and forth. It's your fault, his fault, their fault, his fault, their fault. Nah, man. At the end of the day, we should be able to take a man at their word, man. And it's sad that this day in boxing that we can't, and it's all this misdirection. And again, just like Rick was saying, though, man, I hate this. He secured a fight first, so it's like what Earl and Crawford was doing in negotiations. This is my mindset on it. It's like they playing chicken. One guy turned away first, got him a fight, and now this is why I said this is the domino effect. Everything from there, from not getting Crawford and Spence, it don't even matter who fought it was. He signed the fight first, so he didn't get he walked away first. So that tells me what? That makes me feel like one guy was a little bit more committed than the other guy. That's how I feel personally. That's not a fact. That's just how I feel about it. He walked away, he got a date, and now it's a trickle down effect as a result of us not getting the biggest fight of the welterweight division, one of the biggest fights in boxing. Now we got to sit through Crawford and AVANESYAN if that's really going to happen on December 10th. Now we got to scramble and try to figure out who Earl going to fight next.
And that's crazy.
They saying Keith Thurman in January. That shit is frustrating, because this dude was adamant about not fighting this guy. Why should he have to fight him at this point? It's crazy. It's Martin, Colbert in December.
And when you know how I feel about him fight Thurman. I think that's his next best option. It's just my opinion, and I think he rightfully should fight Keith. But man, it's just crazy how look at Earl, bro. He literally got niggas on conspiracy theories on who he's gonna fight. It's crazy, man. It's
but
like,
you know what?
Fight,
it's like people are focused more so on who he gonna fight as opposed to the reason why we even focusing or having to figure out who he gonna fight. And that's where Rick was coming from. First things first, because we didn't get that fight and he had a fight first, they're making it seem like it's EJ fault now. It's like, oh, look at him holding up the division. Man, didn't he tell y'all? Didn't he tell all of us who was holding it up? And now you look at it, the other guy get a fight first, and somehow it's still EJ. If that's how you think something wrong with you,
that's how you know. That's how you know who be running boxing. When Canelo fights, they ask who they be wondering who he's gonna fight. When Deontay Wilder fights, they wonder who he's gonna fight. When Earl fights, they wonder who he's gonna fight. When Devontae goes down and fight, kind of him too, they wonder who the niggas gonna fight. That's what I was running boxing.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing too. For January, but my conversation, part of what one of my points was the misinformation, and why I said that, because you had a December 17th date, and they doing it again, and I'm starting to get a little annoyed though with people that's doing it, because I'm starting to feel like they know right when they're doing it what they're doing, and they just don't care. I'm not going to do that to people because it's not that important to me to try to be right and be first, knowing goddamn well before you even press the button to upload the video, you wrong. You already know this shit ain't happening, but you're gonna do it anyway. That I am saying that because that date, that shit to me, in my opinion, is way too close. Like, look where we at right now. You telling me in December they're gonna be fighting? Hell no.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, just do. Can I ask a question to Ricky Williams?
Go ahead, bro.
So Ricky Williams,
can come up too if you want, bro. If you got time, if you want to come up and chop it up, you can. You already know.
So Ricky, so is that according to your sources about him fighting Keith in January?
Yeah, I did see that, Rick. I did. Yeah, I did see that about the that low balling situation. He said they try to roll out the red carpet. Now he ain't with it or some shit like that. It's like, look, man, he's just not very transparent at this point. Oh, all right, you in the airport, no doubt. Appreciate that though, Rick, man. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like, look, when you dealing with situations that this complex, you got to go deeper than surface level. I've been saying that a lot lately, and it's not really about blaming nobody. It's just about taking the men at their word. And when you do that, you could get closer to the answers. You're not gonna get them all, but you can get some of the answers to your question, man. Like, and again, I always urge people to just remove their emotions when we talk about this, because it's nothing personal. It's just what it is right now. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, Ricky.
Yes, sir. It's a done deal. See what I'm saying? I got you. I got you, bro.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
call. What's good with it, my bro?
What's going on? What's going on?
What's up, man?
In here trying to make sense of this misdirection that we've been getting.
This guess who game?
I'm gonna tell you the reason why Earl Spence is fighting Keith Thurman. The reason why Earl Spence, Earl Spence said he was coming out with a big announcement, and everybody assumed that it was going to be Keith Thurman because the WBC had came out and said their mandatory trumps everybody else mandatory. Mm-hmm. Now the only reason why you putting two to two together and everybody coming up with Keith Thurman is because Earl Spence had tweeted out that he still was going to pursue the Bud Crawford fight for the undisputed after this fight is over. So he's going to stay around at 147 to go ahead and still try to pursue this and try to get this fight done, because this is what he wants. So that's the only reason why he is fighting Keith Thurman. If it comes out to be true, that's the only reason why he's fighting, because he want to stay down there and go for undisputed. And the WBC, I don't know what they do. Maybe they pay some money or whatever. But I thought STANIONIS was supposed to be next. I don't know what the fuck they did.
Boxing is crazy.
Hey, D3, and I give you your credit, brother, because when we were on last time, you were actually one of the brothers who had a lot of, who was respectful and stuff, and we had a conversation. So no hard feelings between you and me. And then but check this out though. If there's now again, I don't know if it's gonna be Keith. I'm still kind of in the corner that's gonna be STANIONIS. I just think he's gonna throw a curveball. It's gonna be STANIONIS. But with that being said, man, I definitely think it should be Keith, man, and I stand by my word on that. I definitely think it should be Keith, and that's his best option right now. And it's not gonna have to take me a Keith. Not saying that you're saying this, but it's not gonna take me to see a Keith Thurman official fight to get excited for it. I'm already excited for it because it makes sense.
I mean, it's going to entertain people, but It's just like when
You
we
talking
had
about
these
this fight? You
conversations,
talking
you
about this
gotta
fight
keep.
with Keith Thurman?
Yeah, if that's the fight, yeah.
I tell you what it's going to be.
Facts.
It's going to be a hospital visit for Keith Thurman. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah, Roger, salute, bro. That is, dude. These months been real suspect to us, man. These fall months
I'm gonna tell you like
been
this:
suspect, bro.
if this fight does go through with Keith Thurman, you can bet your bottom dollar Keith Thurman is going to retire after this fight.
Yeah, because he was going to be a changed man, and that's why that is reasons why I said I just didn't care to necessarily see it. But I guess Keith Thurman ready to retire. If that's what's next, that's the way I'm indirectly. He just told me, just do. Even though I don't know you, I'm ready to retire. Is he telling the boxing world he ready to go? Y'all telling you.
Oh, for real? Damn.
He already ain't fighting like that. He gonna be changed, and I'm not just saying. I really don't think he'll ever be the same again. After that fight happened, he done with. Well, what y'all think about Stanionis? You know, he responded to this whole, Crawford and the Crawford and EJ situation is not happening. He said said he'd be ready in December too, Stanionis. So I'm like, why? Who is first in line? They trying to say Keith Thurman is, but I'm hearing the WBA and Stanionis supposed to be first in line.
It's supposed to be Stanionis because Stanionis was already the mandatory for Ugas.
Yeah,
but he took the step aside money for the Ugas fight, and then he took step aside money again for the Bud Crawford and EJ fight because that's what they wanted. Stanionis said, "Fuck it, I take step aside for undisputed. That means I got one fight for undisputed."
Yeah.
So he was willing to take step aside for the undisputed fight. So he was supposed to be next in line. So I don't know. That's what I said. I don't know how the WBC all of a sudden became next in line when the WBA was already right there as the mandatory.
I tell you why they bully their way through. The WBC got the most pull. They bully their way through.
They saying Thurman is on the joint. And I was saying this before. I think people think I was just like blowing smoke. Maybe it's coming from me, so they're not taking it so serious. Do what, man? The nigga would have never told me to tell the people. He could have easily did it, but he like, nah. You could say that's why I'm like, oh yeah, he ain't nowhere near a welterweight. That's why I knew it wouldn't be happening in no December. But the fact that he got a contract speaks volumes, and it's almost like they try to force EJ to not be a man in his word. You get what I'm saying? Because he said, I ain't fighting that dude. But I said this. His mentality is spinning the block. So we all know what that means. All right. It's like he mentally sucking it up that I got to be here longer. So he going to fight who he need to fight and still try to get that fight. And he going to hurt him when he get to him. He got to go through all this extra shit.
Hey, just do. Hey, just do. Hey, just do, and this is what I think too. I think that he could is a very real possibility. He might retire Keith, but Keith may have one more, and I think if he does have one more in him, it'll be against Danny Garcia. Possibly.
Hell, salute.
Do y'all understand? Y'all understand? Keith Thurman came off a 2.5-year layoff, and he looked like shit against motherfucker Mario Barrio. Now he's been home.
I'll say this: I ain't got to say he looked like shit. No. But if we just put it in perspective, because I know people are like, he look all right, okay, he look cool, right? Do that beat the ERROL Spence? That's all we need to know. I don't care how he looks.
That shit don't even last 3 rounds with ERROL Spence.
Yo, he gonna get hurt.
Come on, D3. You telling
me that fight that he had with Mario Barrio would last 3 rounds with ERROL Spence?
Yeah, he'll last 3 rounds.
No, it won't.
It'll last 3 rounds. I mean,
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why it's not gonna last 3 rounds. Because he's gonna get hit to the body within the first 3 rounds, and that nigga gonna take a shit on himself.
No, I'm telling you, I know that fight don't go the distance. I'm almost for sure it don't.
Me too. Like, I think so too. I agree with y'all, man. I don't think it goes the distance, but it goes past 3 rounds.
The only reason I'm gonna be cool with it is because his mentality is spinning the block. So we already know he ain't off that Crawford shit yet.
No, I'm gonna tell you like this. Thurman might be the only person that EJ hate worse than Bud right now.
Yo,
that's why I can't wait to see that. I would love to see this nigga fight somebody that he truly don't fucking like outside the sport.
Yeah.
We might see it, Flossie. We might see it now, bro.
A real grudge match. He do this. He did that shit to Ugas, and he ain't got shit against Ugas. Imagine what he gonna do to a nigga that he can't stand.
He really screwed us over by not making this fight. I don't care. I could say it. He went for the big fish and came back with a fucking tadpole, bro. God damn! And then you got Oscar De La Hoya defending it, talking about it's a good fight.
I want to see what everybody got to say about if this fight do come to fruition. I want to see what everybody got to say when Keith Thurman get his ass washed against Errol Spence and get stopped.
Yeah.
I want to see what everybody gonna say about Errol Spence then. Oh, did he beat a washed up Keith Thurman?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Does he put a better fight up than Dennis Ugas? I'm 50-50 on that. Cause I think that skill wise he can, but I think his body's just fucking weak. So it's hard to say.
No,
that's the whole problem with me. Physically, he's still skillful. Keith Thurman's a smart guy, but he's just physically not where he once was, and that's gonna be a problem. You going in the ring allegedly or supposedly with one of the most physical welterweights with that high work rate. What you gonna do with that? Because them big haymakers not gonna work with Spence. I'm gonna
tell you, he's not gonna put up a better fight than Ugas because he's gonna want to quit. Ugas didn't want to quit. They made Ugas quit. Yeah. He didn't want to quit.
He ain't gonna want.
But here's the thing though, D. Spence. I mean, to be honest, you can make an argument that Ugas didn't even win a round.
Sub to the Brody channel. Got a laptop giveaway.
I don't think Keith Thurman gonna win a round either. I don't think Keith Thurman gonna win a round either. I really don't. I didn't see none in that Barrios fight that said that he's gonna do something that is gonna put up a problem for EJ.
Yeah, me either. It's not that when I say like I ain't care for the fight, it's not because I'm saying Keith Thurman can't fight. He can fight. That's never been the problem. The problem is he's not physically all the way where he need to be to compete with Errol Spence, let alone to beat him. That version of Keith Thurman that couldn't knock out a dude that was just at 140 pounds and got knocked out the fight before. Like, it's a perspective. That guy, you couldn't get him out of there.
This is gonna
hurt you, man.
I agree with y'all. I think he stops Keith Thurman. I think he's weak to the body, but this is where I make my argument here.
Salute, my bro.
I do think Thurman looked good after 2.5. And this is my opinion. He looked good against Mario Barrios after 2.5 years layoff. I think he put a convincing win. Was he 100%? No, but he took that tune-up, and you could only expect him to get better the next fight. Now, go ahead.
Answer this question for me. Do you think Keith Thurman hits harder than Tank Davis?
Yes.
So
but let me tell you.
Why he couldn't drop Barrio one time?
Okay, let me tell you why. Okay, so let's be fair here. They did put big ass gloves on Keith Thurman. Remember, he had the extra 2 ounces on, and look how his face looked. And you gotta be, and again, we know in boxing that it's the punches you don't see. You gotta be able to set up your punches too. So Gervonta Davis was setting his punches up better than Keith Thurman. We got a rusty Keith Thurman, and plus he had 2 ounces extra of gloves on him. So his gloves are much bigger than Gervonta. So look, he has a little bit more of an excuse why he didn't stop him.
Yeah, I seen that, Hunter. I seen it.
You remember that or no? Remember how they had the whole little conspiracy?
Extra 2 ounces, the 10-ounce gloves or something like that.
Yeah, they put big ass gloves on.
Fresh. Appreciate you pulling out, my bro. How you feeling? Yeah, I don't know. I never put too much stock in that extra 2 ounces. I just felt like
8 ounces ain't that big of a difference.
Yeah, I just felt like if you could punch for real like that, still you could punch. I think if that was really the Keith Thurman that was punching like he was before, then he would have got him out of there. He just physically don't look as strong. Like his body didn't look bad, but you can see he can't get into that extra gear or 2 where he used to be able to get and get you out of there.
But after 2.5 years,
Barrios, but he couldn't do nothing with him. But
after 2.5 years, what did you expect? You expect him to be 100% there?
Not 100%, but I still kind of expect you to be able to knock out a smaller guy that's not really a true welterweight that just got knocked out. Especially if you talking about competing with the upper echelon. I'm all about perspective. Like when you look at it like that, I expect more from you because you're expecting to get in there with the top level fighters. So I didn't see elite level talent in the ring when I seen Keith Thurman beat Barrios. I seen a guy that still can box and still can fight, but physically, that's where his problem is. We gonna run into his problem, I think, with Spence. He gonna get showed physically. You got to be in some dog shape to fuck with him, and I think he gonna hurt. Like, I think he gonna borrow time with that spitting the mouthpiece out, getting hurt to the body, and not nobody finishing him. I think EJ make him spit the mouthpiece out. That's gonna be it for him. I think he's gonna end it.
And so, yeah, we in agreement. I think that EJ stops eventually. The good chance is going to stop him. I just first shit in the ring, but all I'm saying is this: I think that EJ is going to have to be aware of Keith Thurman's power. You guys underestimate his power. I mean, look at the way he had Mario. He literally had Mario Barros looking disfigured. Even though, yeah, he didn't knock him out.
I'll give him that.
You can tell. I mean, can we be honest and say
he still can punch, but he can't finish no more? Did that make sense?
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. I can agree with that.
He's not one time. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hope he can't hit that shark. You know, when he gets somebody hurt, that shark.
And again, when we talking about Barrios, like, and then we talking about Barrios and then Spence, right? That's a huge jump. That's a significant gap. If we being honest, you just don't go from that to that and think you're gonna do something with him. You need to really prove that wasn't the best version of you. You know, that Saturday, and that you could do better than that. But I don't think Errol Spence is the guy to try to prove that against. I think that's how you get yourself retired.
This is what I think that he puts a better fight up than Ugas. I think he wins.
Tank hit harder than Thurman to me.
I think he actually.
I say that too. His technique is better than Thurman's. Thurman's problem always been technique. He wide with his punches and he throw them haymakers. That's why I said he gonna get knocked out against Spence with that wild shit. And he's not a body snatcher. He used to go to the body more. Keith Thurman. All he do is headhunt, and he ain't the same finisher. So he just going to deplete his gas tank that's already missing a quarter of a tank, and it's going to be downhill from there. A1, what's good with you, my bro?
I'll say this. I think it's going to be competitive in the first half, and I think EJ, I think, is going to take him out sometime after the 6th. I think that's going to be competitive. I think that Keith Thurman, his skill level and his power is going to be made. Because EJ never faced a puncher like not a one. That's a one whop. You know, we can let's admit. You can look at a fighter and you can tell who can really mollywop and hit somebody hard. Keith Thurman hits hard, bro. And
I think he hit hard. But I think
that EJ's going to be able to worry of that in the beginning.
If he had technique like Tank and got torque under his, behind his punches the way Tank did, I think he might still be able to create some knockouts. But I think because he's always been like a guy, especially once he start to get a little tired, his technique lack and his punches get more wide and more easier to see. And I think that's what was going on with Barrios. Barrios was getting clipped with shit, but he still was able to see the shit and brace for it. You know what I'm saying? His face took a lot of punishment, but he fought like a champ. Like, we expected a knockout from Keith Thurman. If Keith Thurman would have knocked Barrios out, I think he could have made some type of case that he could hang in there with Spence. I think the whole notion that a 140-pound dude that just got knocked out by a guy that's 5'5.5", and you couldn't do that to him, man, it don't give you a good case. It don't make a good case. That's all I think
thump for thump, if you just talk about thump for thump, who hits the hardest in the division of this current generation, not the ones coming up like JARON, ENNIS, Conor Ben, or Virgil Ortiz. I think if we compare like Thurman, Spence, and Crawford, I think thump for thump, I think Thurman hits the hardest. If we just took a bag and you was telling him to just thump it, I think he hits the hardest punch for punch.
I never thought Spence was the hardest puncher, but what it is with him is why I appreciate what he brings to the game, because you can see that about him. He ain't got to be the heaviest puncher, but they hurt, and his technique is so good, and he plays punches very well.
Spence is not the hardest puncher at 147, but he's the strongest puncher at 147. His punch is a different. Yeah, is a different. When you hit hard, you can just knock somebody out with one shot. But when you're a strong puncher, you create damages with your punches.
I was about to say that. Good point. I was about to say that. Yeah, his shit damage you, especially over a period of time. Like that shit ain't it. Remember, the dude explained losing to EJ like it was a car wreck. I remember DSG saying he 3 times stronger than the rest of these dudes. That's a lot to me. That's a lot. To say you 2 times stronger than the rest of those dudes would be a lot. 3 times, that's bogus, man. That mean a dude.
I think he said 5 times. He said 3 or 5.
Warren, what's good with it, bro? BBG, salute, bro.
Yeah, man, like I said, I think Thurman is going to probably. He's probably going to quit on a stool. He's probably not even going to quit in the ring. He's probably going to quit on a stool.
He's going to pull a Omar Figueroa. He's going to go sit in the stool in the corner.
He's going to go back to his corner. He's going to be like, man, this motherfucker hit entirely too hard. I can't get out the way of these damn punches. I don't have my legs no more. I'm done.
I see it being bad for Keith Thurman because I know he's going to go to his body. I ain't never see an Errol Spence fight where he didn't go to somebody's body. And you fresh off a fight where you spit your mouthpiece out and got away. I don't think he gets away from Spence. If you show that type of hurt visibly, man, good luck. Man.
I'll say this. I don't think if he does stop Keith, I don't think he stops him before 8. But I also think that he could also stop him at 8. He could stop him at 10 or 12. I'm going to have to see how Keith comes in during the weigh-in, depending on how he looks. I'll make my official prediction.
I think 6 or 7, he could get Keith out of there.
I think Keith Thurman going to be in the hospital longer than Ugas.
His stomach's going to have holes in it.
Keith Thurman, and it's not.
You know how you
gotta understand. Keith Thurman light skin. His shit gonna bruise up even faster.
Yeah, he would have retired Pac-Man, AJ. You know Spence is good. You know how I know, and people don't realize this. The fact that you got people or a percentage of people out there that's really banking on his mouthpiece being knocked out and him losing focus. This whole asking that question, like, what if this is Bud that did this? All right, cool. So why don't we switch the scenario? What if Bud mouthpiece get knocked out and he look away and EJ catch him with a 2-piece? I ain't hear nobody ask that question.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? Well, like, what the hell? Why y'all banking on that? That shit is not going to happen.
Even if that was Bud and Bud hit him when his mouthpiece came out, the motherfucking punches wouldn't be legal because the referee had said stop.
Twice, I might add, and then even people. That's how you know people don't really like after the fight. They don't really like listen and really pay attention to the sport. It's more to find out after the fight. And what I mean by that is even Ugas said it because you had people saying, "Well, why didn't he follow up? Why didn't he keep hitting him?" Because he said he even realized after the ref said stop. That's why he ain't hit him no more. I don't see how everybody missed that. He said that.
Like, even if that shit would have happened and the referee said stop. And Ugas would have knocked Errol Spence out. If the referee said stop, and Ugas would have knocked Errol Spence out. The only thing that would have happened was it would have been a disqualification. That's the only thing that would have happened. They would have had to fight again.
Hey, one thing that I kind of I go back and forth on with Keith is like how big he is, because 1 minute he's big, like he's a solid size welterweight, but another minute. When I think he's fighting Spence, I think he's gonna be kind of small because he kind of fights kind of small, like a little man. If that makes sense. He fights like a little man. His dimensions are short.
Who that?
Keith.
He fight like he don't realize where he at in his career. That's what he fight like to me. That head hunting shit make me so mad. Yo, go to the body. He had one of the nicest knockout wins to the body over Diego Chavez back in the day. I just never understood why he went away from going to the body like that. I never understood that. And his technique already kind of lacked because his punches be wild as shit. I ain't no boxer, no trainer, but I seen plenty of fighters fight. And once he start to fatigue a bit, his technique lack even more. Them punches become wider and easier to see. And I'm telling you, that's why Barrios was still on his feet after a while. He was bracing for them shits. He was able to see him, but not get out of the way, if that makes sense. So he was bracing, but getting his nose punched into a whole nother shape. Jay Miller was good with it, bro. He straight was pulling up.
Hey, John Sanders, it don't matter if Keith Thurman work on his core or not. Unless that nigga got a bulletproof vest that he can put inside his damn skin, he's going down.
Yo,
this nigga got hurt. He got hurt to the body in the last, 4 fights that he had?
I don't feel like he won it either, yo. And people need to understand when we say that, like, you can't be mad. I just don't feel like he really wanted that bad either. All right. Well, when you talk like this,
how are you feeling about the prospect of a unification fight with Errol Spence?
I'm not even worried about Errol Spence no more. I already told everybody that fight is history for me. You know, I'm not thinking nor worried about Errol Spence anymore. You know, that fight is behind me.
Well, you're worried about Maurice Hooker right now. Good luck to your...
Look at that nigga's face.
That nigga was studying like shit trying to say that.
Yeah, he looked like one of those, like he looked like a lost child in there.
Yo, Crawford crazy. Yo, Terrence Crawford crazy.
I'm not thinking about that fight.
He said, "I'm not even worried about the Errol Spence fight no more. That fight is past."
Check this out though. I think if Earl does fight Keith, I will say this though. I think that it could be. I won't say because Keith doesn't fight like Crawford, but he does a few things that are similar to Crawford. I think that a semi like warm up fight to Crawford though. He fights Keith because Keith thinks in there like Crawford, and then also he punches off at angles. You know, he'll keep the punch off at angles. Some of his footwork, you know, athleticism. So he doesn't fight like Terrence Crawford too much, but just a little bit on certain things they do.
And certain shit. And you know, when he said he was past that Errol Spence fight, then he say Virgil Ortiz had turned down a fight, some shit like that.
Crawford is possibly the number 1 pound-for-pound boxer in the world. You know, definitely top 2. And if they give me that opportunity, I'm looking at you, bud. I'm looking at you. If you want to make this happen, I'm more than willing to do it.
Look at that goofy ass nigga right there.
Oh man, yo, that shit is funny to me.
That's what I'm saying, dog. Which one of these fights seemed more like a tune-up to me if you had to take a tune-up? The motherfucking David or Keith? Which one seemed like more like a tune-up?
Well, I think that Keith beats David, but I think that stylistically Earl might put a beating more on Keith than he would on David. Terrence would do on David.
No, but what I'm saying is, I mean, neither one of these motherfuckers is a tune-up for me. I mean, Keith Thurman is a name, but he's not the same Keith Thurman. He's a name, but this is not a fucking tune-up for Bud Crawford. It's not a tune-up. If you were taking a tune-up, why would you be fighting an orthodox fighter when you supposedly fighting a southpaw next? Why not fight a southpaw fighter?
It's funny that y'all breaking this up. The Riverside Rocky. I'm fresh off looking at still images of when he was catching Keith Thurman. Yo, he caught Keith Thurman in that fight. Yo, his eyes rolled in the back of his head.
But that's the thing about him though. We got to give Keith knows how to survive.
Did y'all forget that fight? Did y'all forget Josecito Lopez had Keith Thurman eyes rolled in the back of his head?
I told y'all this nigga been hurt to the body. Like his last 4 fights, he been hurt to the body.
Yo, he gonna punch him directly into retirement. Like it's like a predetermined outcome. It's a foregone conclusion. You could bank it. Keith Thurman, if you get in there with Spence, that's it. I hope he get paid because that's it, bro. That's it for Buddy.
Hey, do you think that? And because I see what you're saying, I do think that Keith is looking for that retirement fight and that retirement check, go out on the shield. I do think. Did you say that's what he told you? Like he said, "Listen, I'm going to get up out the game now." With the check.
Keith Thurman trying to fight for bags, nothing less. But he's straight up. He's straight up about that though.
Y'all gotta understand. Since the Ugas fight, Errol Spence has been in the gym damn near every single day since the Ugas fight. Keith Thurman has been sitting his fat ass somewhere eating shit.
Oh no, he's been working. He's been working.
Man, Keith Thurman is like
I saw some videos of him recently.
Pounds.
I told
He's like
you what he just
pounds.
Keith fat in the face with no hair, with no ponytail, so it looked crazier.
This nigga Keith Thurman is damn near my size right now.
I'm telling you. That's why I said that.
Well, let me tell you like this.
That's more misinformation.
So he fights Earl and then he gets beat up bad by Earl. And he does retire, but I think that there's a possibility that he can maybe fight Danny Garcia for one more round, one more go. You think so? I think that could be possible. He go up to 154 and fight Danny and maybe try to retire off of a win or something.
That might be you might see the reemergence of that no look hook. In that fight, Danny fuck around. No look hook, Keith sleep his ass. He gonna be retiring on 2 KO loss.
Keith Thurman going to 154?
No. I'm saying that people say that Errol's going to retire. I think that's a big possibility. But I also think that maybe, just maybe, he'll fight Danny Garcia in his last fight. I could see that happening.
Okay.
For another big payday.
He could be seen in one leg cash out. If Keith fight EJ, they go like, well, Keith took the fight when Bud wouldn't. Then don't look as bad when he get his ass kicked. He go try to fight Danny. My last dub. Even though I don't think he probably wouldn't even win that one, but that'd probably be his mindset.
Yeah, I mean, he'll get two paydays. I think that it's 50-50 chance that he gets retired by EJ. Maybe he does, or maybe he have one more fight against Danny. Maybe.
Who he gonna fight after EJ?
Danny Garcia. Danny
at
Garcia.
154?
Yeah, possibly.
He gonna get his ass beat.
I mean, if that's the way he care about the paydays, them the last paydays.
Keep me, Bobby and David.
I mean, he could go to 154, but it's gonna be like 2 years from now.
You called him AJ, right? Yo, 817.
EJ is sending people on one year layoff automatically. So he's going to be on a 1 year layoff from the EJ fight, and you already know Keith Thurman only fight once a year anyway. So he's going to sit out for another year.
Like, on all jokes aside, like, I know I'll be joking and laughing like that he's gonna get punched into retirement, but all seriousness, I think he will forever be changed, not only as a fighter but as a man after Errol Spence tacks him in that ring. He gonna think about how that fight does nothing for him and how you could have been fought him but you didn't. So he gonna be pissed off punching you in your ribs. That's gonna be possibly the worst version of Errol Spence you could get right now. He gonna be agitated, like he gotta waste his time on a fight with you right now, and you could have been fought him. All right, bet he gonna beat him up. I really think he already fight once a year. He fought Mario Barrios and ain't fought nobody else yet. You see what I'm saying? And part of the reason though too is he bag chasing, and I'm not mad at that because he's honest about it. So it's like, all right. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad. Like,
Keith is not
since he cut the ponytail, I knew that was the worst decision he ever made in his life. Right after the first worst decision he ever made in his life, or the comment was saying he don't care about drug testing and he don't care about Pacquiao. That was the first thing. The second dumb move was cutting the ponytail. I'm like, yeah, he finito. You know, he don't even look the same. He wearing that ugly ass WBC hat in the ring after you beat Mario Barrios. I'm like, his neck looking little. I'm like, damn, Keith, you should cut the ponytail, bro. He done cut his strength off, man. Your strength was in your head, Keith. Damn it. Cut this strength out. Now he looking like a dog after they go get neutered and shit. he got some energy, but he ain't the same. That's how he move. I'm dead. He like a dog that got neutered. He ain't the same dude.
Well, I listen. I don't think he looked as bad offense considers what you guys make it seem as Mario.
Nah, I don't think he looked bad though.
That boss do look like a snip tail.
I don't know what John was looking at, but that man looked bad.
No, I say this. I think considering the layoff and shit and the opponent, I think he did okay. But I think when we talking about getting in the ring with Spence, now it's a whole different assessment to me. You get what I'm saying? If we talking about coming back and getting your feet wet,
fight Mario.
It's like if you just talking about a comeback fight, he got his feet back wet. How did he look? He did decent for that. But then when you telling me he got sights on the upper echelon or the top dog in the division, now I got to revisit that fight and look at it different, because now I have a different assessment of it, because my standard is you was going to be set higher, because now I know where your sights is at. So I got to go back and look at that fight and say, is that a performance that's going to come anywhere near with dealing with the elite version of it? Nah, you can't. No. Now it's like, hell no, you didn't look good then. If we talking about, do you look good enough to go fight Spence? Hell no. No.
That's what I'm saying. Because y'all gotta look at that Mario Barrio fight. When have y'all saw Keith Thurman run around the ring like that?
I saw him run against Jose de Lopez.
Collazo got him like that.
Collazo got him, man. I Lopez.
It's been some years. Collazo had got him like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was scared. He was scared. He was running around the ring. He was scared.
Nigga, Manny had his ass scared.
Manny got him too. Manny did get him.
Keith Thurman don't fight like that.
Manny, and Barrios, I believe.
He normally walks through you. He uses head movement and shit like that, but he walks through you. That nigga don't be boxing around the ring like that. That nigga was scared.
Yeah, the whole notion by now, if you still a person asking why did Ugas stand there with Errol Spence, and you really say you watch boxing a lot, I question how much you really pay attention. You might be watching it, but are you paying attention? Because if you think that man stood there because he wanted to, or he thought that was a good idea, you sadly mistaken. You must have missed all the punishment he took up until that point where he finally just, you know what I mean, the fight started wearing on him and he had no fucking choice because he damn sure didn't start out standing there like that. It's just over a period of time you getting punched on your ribs, hips, everything.
Yeah, when you start getting your body, your legs stiffen up. When you start getting touch your body, your legs stiffen up. Bro.
I just seen a old clip of him sparring like in a gym. Oh my god, the way he was punching that dude in his body, I felt it for him. And it's an old ass clip. I'm like, man, he been doing that shit for so long. Like, that's the way he was hitting the dude body in that sparring clip was exactly the way he attacked Ocampo in that real fight and got him out of there. I'm just like, man, I'm telling you, that shit different. Yeah, Collazo did he bad, Barrios, and Manny it did his stomach in. Telling you something ain't right with that his midsection, bro. That air ain't right, man. I'm telling you, they be punching that air out that boy body. Keep it this is for the Masked Singer. Can he cut his ponytail off, cut the strength right out his body with that? Telling you, that was like clipping. That's like in Dragon Ball Z, he clipped the tail. It feel like he get weak. That's like that. He clipped his tail and got weak. Alonzo hurt him. Oh yeah, man. The Riverside Rocky knocked his eyes behind his head too. 817 had his eyes rolling, and that was with a shot to the chin. Caught him with a chin shot. I'm like, damn, Keith. Keith was looking crazy. I wonder, could I find that, man? Because we up here, man. We talking about it. It was the master cutting off the ring, making the ring small and forcing you to fight. That's a fact. That's a fact. He's gonna make you, and that's what people don't realize with him, especially if he's to be successful in the fight, he's gonna make you fight his fight. You're gonna fight the way he wants you to fight, or you ain't gonna fight at all, especially if he winning. Just look at the way he fight. I mean, tell me a fight where he ain't made somebody start having to fight him the way he want him to fight. That's just what it is. Let me see if I can find this.
Right, niggas just
Thurman and what was it? Lopez.
Niggas just don't be thinking, bro. Of course you gonna stand there with this nigga been hitting you in your fucking hip flexors all fucking night. Eventually, them hoes gonna get so and you ain't gonna be able to move, bro. Is that for real?
No, I'm telling you.
Not be able to fucking move. Then what you do? Not a fucking.
Telling you. That shit different, bro.
People think we just be saying that shit because we like EJ. Nah, that shit real, bro. Let somebody stand there for 8 3-minute rounds or whatever, and you get punched in your hip every damn 30 seconds.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Eventually, you're not gonna want to move, bro.
Yeah. And it probably get uncomfortable for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you trying to move, you like, man, keep gonna try to run in that ring. That shit, EJ gonna cut the other side of the ring off, hammer a couple quick more shots to his body, he gonna go to the ground, throw up, and the fight gonna be over.
Then the crazy part about it is this shit like when I ran when I ran track in college, bro.
Mm-hmm.
When you do that hip circuit workout, bro, when you do it for 10-15 minutes, bro, that shit had you sore as fuck. Imagine getting punched by a grown ass man with all that strength in your hip for a whole fucking fight. You think you ain't gonna lose mobility, bro? You lose mobility doing hip workouts, let alone somebody punching you in the
damn. Josh. They just people don't. That's why I said, like, some of y'all really, and this is not to nobody because we the family. I know we actually watch, but we actually, pay attention. Some people only watch boxing; they don't really pay attention to it. Telling you, don't be able to see the shit that they supposed to see and what they supposed to get out of it.
They see the shit that they want to see.
Yeah. Not the shit that's really going on, and that's where they go wrong, guys. I say it all the time. Ugas could do nothing else but stand there. He like, look, man, this man been punching me all night. Let me just try to fight him. And I'm trying to tell y'all, before he elected to start standing there, he was trying to fight him off. He was trying to move. It was at one point when EJ was coming, like pressuring him, he went and fully extended his arms to push EJ off of him to try to create space, and EJ jumped right back on him. I'm like, yo, he's swarming this dude. It's no way he's making it out the fight.
Right. I don't think people understand, or I mean, most people have never been in a boxing matchup, so they don't know when you
Let
get
alone,
hit.
yeah, people don't be getting taking punches to the face. D3, they don't know what it's like to really get punched in your shit.
Right. When you getting hit to the body and to your hip, your ass don't want to move. When you go back to your corner, you don't want to walk to your corner. You want them to bring the chair to your ass. You don't want to move.
You got to sit down. You know what I'm saying? Sit down for 60 seconds, right? You got that minute rest. Then you get back up. You probably sore as hell, realistically. Like, all jokes aside, you probably sore as shit. Each time you got to do that. And now you got to go back to and deal with the shit that caused you the pain in the beginning. And he's still on your ass.
I know there's a lot of guys in here who probably played football before, but they probably never boxed. Imagine how you feel after you taking hits to the body from playing football. You sore as shit when you go home. That's the same way as getting hit to your body and getting hit in the hip. Your ass is going to be sore as hell. You constantly getting hit. In football, you got a break because you might not be getting the play go your way, so you have a break. And boxing is a constant 36 minutes of getting hit.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Yeah, and that shit, I just holding their hands up, the block over that long period of time is a lot, let alone if you gotta think they throwing punches, blocking shots, taking punishment. That shit is tiresome. Oh, that's why they say boxing is the best workout you could ever do, man. A boxing workout. And I believe it. That's why I rock with this sport the way I do. And I'm gonna always say the fact that you can't play it is the reason I'm gonna always like it the way I do. You really can't. Like, you really in there fighting for your life. Like, it's no a legal fight for your life, a state, you know what I mean, a licensed fight for your life. That's what that shit is. And
yeah, especially when you fight somebody like a Tank Davis or Deontay Wilder or all sorts of niggas that's literally trying to stop you. They're not trying to beat you. They're trying to stop you. They literally trying to stop you.
DTV, salute, my bro. Appreciate you. Have a good day, Brody.
That shit like the Bruce Olympics, bro.
Yeah, trouble breathing. Now think about the rib shots too, though. Now we was only talking about the hips and shit. Now think about the shots that's hitting where they supposed to hit. Ribs.
You getting hit to the stomach. You getting hit to the stomach. You constantly can't breathe because this nigga's hitting you to the stomach and the ribs. He broke his ribs, so you know what's problem with him breathing.
Bro. EJ is disrespectful.
When you get hit to the ribs, it's hard for you to breathe. When you get a rib broken, it's even harder for you to breathe.
Yeah, Stanionis
he had a broken nose, a broken rib cage, and a broken eye socket.
That shit. And then it had an eye that bled for almost 2 days. That's like, I don't care what you say. At that point, you in fear for your eye. At that point, you like, fuck boxing. Like, is when my eye gonna get back right? How your eye gonna bleed for 40 hours? Do you know how crazy that is? I ain't never heard no story like that. Man, punch your eye inside your head somewhere.
So his eye bled for 40 hours, and it didn't open up until damn near a week later.
That's crazy, bro. It's good to see him back, like, you know, in good spirits and stuff. But I think even though most of the like visible damage is healed, I think he's still recovering for sure. But he on the he tripping too. You heard what he said? He said something about fighting Boots. I'm like, bro, I don't know about that, bro. That's your career on the line right there. I ain't even trying to be funny.
I don't know.
That's your career on the line.
I think he's thinking, fuck, I fought the hardest hitting motherfucker. I fought the strongest puncher in the motherfucking division. So I can get in there with Boots. The worst case scenario, I get knocked out. There ain't gonna be no punishment. I just get knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
He probably said,
go in there and get his ass hit with the okey doke.
Yeah, I want to see that too. Yeah, Virgil and Stanionis.
Hey, I don't get why they keep trying to throw Stanionis in there with EJ. That is a car wash.
Cause he stepped aside and he got that regular title, that regular title. So he kind of in position.
Yeah, he's a WBA mandatory. He's a WBA mandatory. So it's not people to put him in there. That's where he at.
Yeah.
I'm about to say that, but I don't think he get past 5. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't watch him fight a few times.
talking about two guys that stands right in. Well, I ain't gonna say EJ standing right in front of you, but EJ's gonna be in front of him.
Yeah.
But Stanionis don't move around the ring. He comes straight forward.
Yeah, Stanionis.
Yeah, Fate. They let Canelo get away with murder. You know how that be.
But wait, Canelo only defend them belts once every damn 3 years.
Yeah, I ain't mad if Stanionis get a shot. At this point, I ain't even mad at Keith Thurman getting a shot because again, he say he's spinning the block. I know what that means. We very hip to the lingo, like so. We know what time it is. He gonna get that out the way, and whatever fight that is, that's next, and then it's gonna be back to Terrence Crawford.
No, I'm gonna tell you what that shit sound like. He said he's still on the block. What that shit sound like? It sound like a motherfucker, an old hustler. It sound like an old hustler trying to move out these young niggas, and these motherfuckers take them out. That's what it sound like.
I'm telling you, man. Out with the old and with the new. But y'all see what this domino effect did, man, to the sport, man. Y'all see what not getting one fight that we was supposed to fight caused for us? Now we sitting here have to play Blues Clues with this shit, arguing about what date real and what's one not. That's why I said I ain't even mad at nobody for putting out no information no more because people keep misleading us. They misleading the people. You should be able to take a man at their word at this point in life. Fuck everything else. We all been through some shit. Why at the very least, I should be able to take you on your word. And we can't. That's why when we fighters that move accordingly, we salute them. That's just why.
Right. I can't be mad at because niggas just be reporting shit that they believe true and that's coming from a place.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why this whole attacking the other content, I'm off that. Like we sharing the same space. Shit, if they misled you, it's a chance they could mislead me. So how is it good for either of us? You know what I'm saying? Just because I ain't talked to him about this specific topic, misleading is misinformation. Misinformation is misinformation. Don't matter where it's coming from. It ain't no good. So if he doing it to somebody that share this same space, I might bump into that same person, or you know what I'm saying, and then they do the same shit to me. So nah, that's what's corny. I'm not here to tear nobody else down for their reports, and I'm starting to see how people come up with this shit they come up with. Motherfuckers be out here lying straight up. It ain't even a content creator that you should be mad. It's people that's just being attention whores and lying to people, just straight up. Like we men here. Just think about if I got up here every day and lied to y'all wouldn't come here. That's crazy to deal with somebody that's doing that. And it's too much of that. That's what brought me here too. I say, it's too much misinformation. They always throwing out dates that's unrealistic. And then look what we do, y'all. We take that information, and even if you're not somebody that report on it, we end up kind of arguing with each other about who else reported on something. You get what I'm saying? We take the bait. Now we going at each other, and they know they done misled us. Whole time they knew this shit wasn't happening. They throwing out all these fake dates.
That's the reason why I never said that this Keith Thurman and Errol Spence fight is happening. I said people is putting two to two together. They believe this is what's going to happen. I don't. If it happens, it happens. But I'm sticking by what's supposed to go down is supposed to be Stanionis. Stanionis is supposed to be the next fight. So until they announce that it's Keith Thurman, Stanionis is the next one in line. I heard what the W said, but I ain't seen no reports that they ordered this daggone fight yet.
Yep, true again. 817. Yeah, and I get it. So it's that they line their pockets, man. That's why the entertainment value of boxing suffer because you got too many hands in the pot. Everybody worried about trying to line their pockets before doing the right kind of business. And I don't care what nobody say. I don't need to be on the inside to understand that that's what's going on. And all these situations, I'm starting to think especially when it comes to these big fights that we're not getting. Everybody's too many hands in the pot. Everybody worried about how they could get paid instead of delivering the best possible product to the people, the consumer who you expect to support it. That's why we don't get these fights, man. Everybody trying to be greedy, and you got motherfuckers misleading us and misleading content creators intentionally, man. And we be taking a bait. That's why I always say, man, my slogan, I ain't here to break the news. I'm here to have a conversation, man. Because after you break the news, you got to have a conversation anyway. So the hell with it. I ain't got to be no breaking news channel. 903 boxing salute, bro.
Look at this shit, though. We had a fight that was supposed to happen that didn't happen, so we had the domino effect. But look who's taking real fights and look who's taking bullshit ass fights.
Yeah, if you being honest, every option EJ got is a better fight than the fight Bud got.
And that should tell people something. That's very telling. It's not, and people, again, people are only surface level individuals when it comes to this boxing shit. They don't know how to peel back no layers. Look at that. That probably never crossed people's mind. That's very telling. It's not about him just not fighting EJ. It's who else he had lined up. That dude ain't got no business in the ring with him. And it's no justification to that. If you are a person that can remove your emotion from it and not be so emotionally attached to a fighter that more than likely don't give a fuck about you, then you will be able to see what's real. It's not about him just not fighting EJ. Fuck it. Let's say he was being a smart businessman because he had another fight in his back pocket, right? Let's just say that. Why is it that low? Why is it that quality? Why is this fighter of low quality? Why is that a low quality fighter that he fighting? Why is that a relatively unknown dude that we don't know him? Who's seen any of AVANESYAN fights? We heard his name. We ain't never watched that dude fight. But that's very telling that Terrence Crawford went from EJ to AVANESYAN.
Man,
I'm not even gonna lie. I've never been a fight.
Never.
I've seen a fight before where AVANESYAN lost to Lamont Peterson, that lost to EJ, that got retired by Mikey Garcia, and he lost to Victor Post. If I'm not mistaken, what it was, Victor Postal, and got down. Lost to Victor Postal and boot stopped him. You find the nigga that lost to the nigga.
Yeah, Green Machine.
Yeah, Green Machine.
Yeah, Green.
Didn't he lose to Lamont Peterson too?
He lost to Lamont Peterson too.
He got 3 losses. He been stopped once by Green Beans, and he got a draw on his record.
Yeah, he got stopped by Green Machine. He lost to Postal and Lamont Peterson.
But y'all gotta look at this. Look, this man is fighting his fool's fight. That was his fool's fool. Green Machine was fool for Bud. David was fool for Green Machine. And now Bud is fighting his fool.
Boom, 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 boom.
I hope y'all can hear that music in the back.
Nah.
Never mind. I'm about to lose my shit, man. If you don't turn that music down, you country, man. Yo,
that nigga's fighting his fool.
Off, yo.
That shit is crazy. And nobody see a problem with it. Well, I ain't gonna say nobody. None of the Bud fans see a problem with that.
Yeah.
Hey, make sure y'all tune in to my channel Saturday or Sunday. I don't know which day it is, but that boxing game got a fucking beta test this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if I get a code, I'll be able to play that shit this weekend when I ain't got to work, and I'll stream that shit so I can see how far along they got on that shit. Cause I already signed for this shit on Steam. They have a beta test.
Facts, BBG. His food. That's what he doing. And again, I'm gonna keep saying it because it's so easy to people to just be emotional in this sport because they be too attached. It's nothing personal. It's just there's no justifying this. It's a bad move. This whole he was being a good businessman. Would you take somebody really asked me would I take the 10 million? Are you gonna ask me that? So basically, you asked me would I duck more money for less money in a lesser opponent? And the whole time, and I'm trying to convince everybody that I'm great. And then you wonder why you don't get the respect that you feel like you're supposed to get. We don't care what you feel like you're supposed to get. When it's time for you to show us something, you got a real weird way of doing your business. That's all I'm saying. I don't know the ins and outs, but I know that's a weird individual and he's hard to read. He's very hard to read. I don't care what nobody say. Just like I'm going to keep bringing this point up. The dude blamed the fans for the fight not happening. The American people then turned around and said the UK got the best fans. Let that sink for somebody that know how to act. You just shitted on your own people. Well, stay your ass over there and make money. Maybe that's why you fighting AVANESYAN. You get what I'm saying? And then you getting a bogus ass payday. You know what I mean? That's why you getting 8 figures. That's why you like them, because they gonna overpay you. Right, get your ass out of here, man.
Yeah, but you want that guaranteed money the whole time. If you would have took a little bit less and did that pay-per-view with EJ, you probably would have came out with the same money or even more in the back.
I keep hearing weird shit about this situation. Is anybody else hearing about this bankruptcy situation, man? Steven Espinoza kind of was talking a little slick, man.
Talking about with the PBC or Showtime?
No, with BLK Prime.
What about it? What about it?
You ain't see that little tweet he said? Like, yo, he keeps speaking about something, but he won't speak about the 11 bankruptcies or something. He said, yeah, Steven Espinoza said that. I gotta find a tweet. See, I gotta get Twitter, man. But yeah, he said that.
I got one, but I don't follow it.
I keep hearing fishy stuff, and I don't want to be one of them people. But that's why this is what also brought me here. It's not even just about the fights. These people in the thumbnail. My point I'm making is, why should we be having to guess who if these people really fighting or not, y'all? How is that part of the sport? That's not part of it, yo. That's not part of it. That's why some of the conversations steer the way they do, because we forced to try to figure out and make sense of the mess that they leaving for us. Yo, that shit is crazy. We can't just wake up and get one straight announcement. All right, Boots fighting such and such. Spence fighting such and such. It's all this misdirection and this wild shit going on. It should be weird. But yeah, he spoke something about bankruptcies, and I'm like, what is he talking about? And do that matter now? Like, you get what I'm saying? My mind just go, I got questions. Like, what he talking about? Right. I seen somebody, and salute to whoever mentioned that. Somebody did come through and mention that in the chat. I don't know if you still in here. I don't do Twitter. Then they be on it, man. That's where they that's where they be talking a lot at.
All the shit drop on Twitter.
Yeah, he said something about bankruptcies or some shit. Yeah, he was speaking about BLK Prime. I'm hearing. Yeah,
I'm just trying to figure out how the fuck they really gonna give Bud Crawford $10 million for a fight that's not worth $10 million. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
And you know what? That's a good question, D Free. And I'm gonna just add to it. It's funny you say that, because Bob Arum is saying if he getting that much money, then he might as well name himself. What'd he say? Jesse James? That was supposed to be like a notorious a robber or some type of shit like that.
Jesse James was a motherfucker.
You get what I'm saying? So I think that was very telling if he feel like that, because to him it seemed like it's a little far fetched. Like, damn, they about to pay him that much. But I just think it's funny how they put that number out, and it's convenient because it almost as if they want you to feel like, or the other people that was doing the negotiating, you see, they got a deal done because they was willing to pay me. See, y'all wasn't trying to, know what I mean? Some weak shit. It's just like it's weak. I don't know. We did also hear who else got 10 million for their fight? Cambosis, right? And then would it come back and you find out now what? He ain't get no damn 10 million.
Right.
Neither of the times.
But I'm like, you taking this $10 million that they supposed to be giving you, $10 million. But PBC last offer was 8.5, and you get 35% on everything. That was the last offer that they sent to you that you never responded back to. Mm-hmm. You came out with this fight. So you willing to take 1.5 more to fight a nobody that you ain't gonna get no credit for it when if you beat him, because I'm still gonna say if, because anything can happen. So if you beat him, you're gonna get 1.5 more for a fight that nobody's gonna give you credit for. Where you could have just took the 8.5 and got 35% on everything. Shit just don't make sense.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's when you know shit don't make sense and you can't make math out of it, that's telling you something ain't right. It's just that simple. And that's in life, period, not just in boxing. You can't make sense out of something, especially if you're a sensible person, it's probably not true. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but this is what he said. Somebody said he claiming Thurman versus Spence is done and will be announced this week. That's somebody in the comments. Espinoza responded to that person and said, but he has nothing to say about those 11 bankruptcy filings. That's what he said.
Have anybody heard who's supposed to be on this undercard besides Brian Norman Jr.?
Nope. And is he even going to be on it?
I think it's supposed. I mean, Brian Norman Jr. is signed to them. I'm just assuming that Brian Norman Jr. is going to be on the undercard because he's signed to them, and he hasn't fought in what a couple of months. So I'm just assuming that Brian Norman Jr. is going to be on the undercard.
Yeah,
I know who's not going to be on the undercard. AB not going to be on the undercard because he said he's going to be there front and center.
I'll just be 817, bro. I just be wanting to know what's going on. Like, this ain't boxing. It ain't fun when it's like this, yo. That's why I ask questions. I don't come to no conclusions. I try to be so fair when I speak on anything. It ain't nothing be personal or nothing. I just be wanting to know. But I think that's part of being in this shit, right? I want to know what's going on out here. It's like we being led astray. Like, what's going on, man? Sensible, yeah, man. Too emotional. Facts. Why Shakur still need on the boxing scene? Oh, I don't know why. But it's over for with that. I've been saying I won't be surprised if we start hearing lawsuits. Yeah, and again, I'm asking that question purely with no ill will, no funny intent. I'm just you know, usually these dudes don't always respond in the comments. So I think it's very telling whenever you get a dude like Steven Espinoza to respond to somebody, and he say he's very good. He was kind of direct with what he said, but I still don't know what he mean by what he said. My bad. Yeah. So I just want to know what's going on. Why he made that comment like that? And then he said, nobody's announced the Showtime schedule yet. So he's saying, like, you know, don't nobody really know what Showtime schedule is. And that's my problem too. All right, release y'all schedule when y'all release it, but can we at least get some straightforward news? That's where I'm coming from. Like, I ain't mad at nobody. Could we get some straightforward news though? So we could just talk about, have real discussions about the fights that's actually happening instead of, you know what I mean, having to figure out which fights are happening. Damn, that ain't part of it. Yeah, facts though, man. Overruled. Yeah, man. When you I always say that. That's why people assessments and a lot of time they comments when it come to boxing be emotionally charged. That's why they don't make fair, good assessments, and they don't make good conversation. Those type of people, emotional as hell, too attached to this shit. Hope Stephen Fulton gets another fight, and I want to see him fight again before the year ends. Yeah, man, I wouldn't mind seeing Cool Boy back in there. MJ Akhmadaliev gonna hold that belt hostage, I guess. Or Brian Norman wasn't going to be on the undercard. Yeah, I did hear that too. So, and again, this is what, again, I'm glad we having this discussion. So y'all know how I'm coming. We see how we have all of these questions, and that's where it's like we at in boxing now. It's come to a point where we got more questions than answers. Like, damn, when has it ever been like this? I don't remember this since I've been doing this. This is a weird space that we in. Like, people looking for people to blame. Like, you never gonna hear me make not one piece of content that's centered around blaming somebody. Ain't no fucking way I'm doing that. I ain't mad at people clipping people videos and they shit, thumbnails. You putting people in. Man, what's wrong with y'all? I'm not doing that.
I know this ain't got shit to do. I know this ain't got shit to do with boxing, but Steve Nash just got fired.
Oh shit, did he?
Yeah.
A1, you still in here, Brody? You heard about Steve Nash? I know you did, because I know you be on it.
I said, Woj just posted it. That's what you need a fucking Twitter for.
Uh-huh.
I got Twitter for all my sports sources, because that's where they post the shit at.
Skywalker, my bro, what's good with you, man? Stay safe at work, Brody. Conquest 2, what's good with it, bro? Appreciate you for pulling up. How you feeling, bro? Teach with it, man. A1, I know A1 probably. Well, he gonna get a notification. I know he been grinding over there, man. Dropping the hell out them basketball predictions and updates. Crazy too. That basketball schedule hectic, so he dropping all them shits. Man, that shit, you gotta stay busy with that. I know that shit keep your hands full. They play every day. Basketball, somebody play every day, damn near, man. Seem like.
Hell yeah, I'm just now doing my goddamn lineup for basketball right now.
I said my prediction figure out. If they lose the game, motherfucker scapegoat is going to be Steve Nash. He predicted it. See, A1, this is why I've been I've been checking. I've been watching your joints, man. I even nicknamed your segment over there on the low. A1 quick hits, man. He be dropping. I be watching them joints back to back too. Yeah, man. Yeah, see, you can talk about it. That's why y'all got to rock with A1, because he did call that out.
I knew they were gonna blame him though. As soon as KD said, "Oh, if y'all want me to stay, fire the coach," I knew Steve Nash was on the hot seat then. Then they got out to a bad ass start too. Shit, it was over.
Damn, man. And again, see, this tie into this conversation to some degree. You see how when something doesn't go the way that people felt like it should have went, you notice the first thing we do is look for somebody to blame instead of trying to find. And when I say why I say that is, instead of finding a solution to whatever the problem is, you looking for somebody to be the fall guy, or it got to be somebody's fault. And I get it, but that, I think in the blame game, especially when we talking about boxing, you don't get nowhere.
I'm trying to figure out how you
back and forth. Is like, damn, why do we got to figure out which welterweights is fighting right now? Like, we don't even know.
I'm trying to figure out
nothing, y'all. We don't know nothing no more, y'all.
How the fuck they blaming Steve Nash because they sorry ass can't guard nobody?
You know what I'm saying?
I can't lie to you, bro. Steve Nash don't even have an offensive system. That nigga coach is so fucking horrible. He ain't the only problem, but he ain't no good coach either. That nigga suck.
I don't know if he's a good. I don't know if he's a good coach or not. But you got a bunch of motherfucking veterans on there that's in your starting lineup. They should know how to do their own fucking play. They shouldn't have to wait for Steve Nash to call a play.
Hell no, D3. Every team that win a damn championship or contender, they ain't got a fucking system. They had led the league in fucking isolation last year. They go to show they ain't got no fucking players whatsoever. Them 3 niggas can isolate, but what about all them role players niggas that can't do that shit? Like them niggas gotta have something to goddamn go to.
Nah,
now why they blame it on
so fucking I blame it on the general manager. I blame it on the general manager. He should have never went and got Ben Simmons.
Ben,
you got sorry ass Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons average this nigga Ben Simmons is 6'11". He's averaging 5 points a game. How the fuck you a point guard 6'11" and you only averaging 5 points a game?
Yeah, he bogus.
That boy shit water. That boy shit water.
His ass really. That's because I think he was paid before he even had to do anything. Hopefully, y'all bros, how y'all bros feeling, man? Y'all smashed the like button too, man. I feel like D3, no excuse for KD and Kyrie on LeBron gets grilled for everything. Yeah, and won't shoot. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that dude. He been like an overrated guy, I think, since he been in a pro. The whole time, the absolute whole time. I ain't never really heard nothing consistently good about Simmons as a player.
Whose bright ass idea was it to say, I'd rather have Ben Simmons than to have James Harden?
Whose bright ass idea was to draft Ben Simmons instead of Brandon Ingram, where everybody knew B.I. was better than him in college, too. Everybody knew it. The nigga missed the fucking NCAA tournament in college. And he was the #1 player in the fucking nation. The same shit he do now, he did it in college. The only difference is motherfuckers don't figure him out, and he mentally fucked up. Being mentally fucked up and you suck, that shit don't match.
Yeah, I don't know.
The nigga is worse than the rookie Lonzo Ball. Like he trying to tell niggas that shit. If he was like a regular size ass point guard, that nigga would be riding the fucking bench out the league by now. The nigga don't shoot. He refuses to fucking shoot. For starters, he shoot with his left hand and he does everything right-handed. Nigga, you shoot with the wrong hand for one. Then your mental so fucked up, you can't even get good at shooting because your mind won't even let you take the fucking jump.
Yo, for real, I don't know what his problem is. He get paid too much not to be playing. He be tripping.
I'm telling you, bro. Every time they go down on offense, somebody on the other team can take them a little Gatorade break, and they know that nigga ain't gonna shoot.
Yeah, that makes sense, A1. Yeah, that makes sense. People be getting positions and jobs that they don't deserve at all. I ain't gonna even hold you.
Yeah, that's karma though, because the coach they had was a good ass coach. Kenny Atkinson was a good ass coach in Brooklyn, but they had to go for the big splash and the big name, so they brought in Steve Nash. They had no system, no culture, and apparently he can't get the other guys to play for him. Even his role players don't even take him seriously.
I'm about to say the motherfucker. Kyrie Irving, when they first brought Steve Nash, Kyrie Irving like, we don't need him. We don't need Steve Nash. We could coach ourselves. And that's why I was saying, why blame Steve Nash when one of your stars already said they can coach themselves. They don't need Steve Nash. So if they can coach themselves, why are you looking at Steve Nash for not coaching them properly? They already told you that they ain't listening to their ass.
Yeah, that's personal problem too, though, D3. Because shit, if you're a coach and your players are going out and saying that means they don't believe in you, nigga. Like they think you can't fucking coach. You think Kyrie will say that shit if Phil Jackson or Popovich was his fucking coach? Hell no. That nigga think you can't fucking coach. They think you just a fucking placeholder so they can do whatever the fuck they want to do. But even the great...
Well, yeah, that's probably a reason to get him out of there then. If he can't get the people to respond, you can't get the players to respond and buy in, then hell yeah, what they paying you for?
Did who changed their name? A1? Who you talking about? Because if you talking about... Oh, you talking about Flossie? Flossie, you changed your name again?
No, I think his profile, when you be popping in YouTube, it be doing that.
Yeah, when I pop in on my phone, it'll pop up like my real name or shit.
Oh. But yeah, nah, man, I just like I said, I don't give a fuck. I wanted KD to lose anyway. I don't like his ass. I don't like KD.
100% facts, bro.
I want Kyrie on the Lakers next year. So the worst Brooklyn goes, the better chance we got.
I don't like KD anyway.
It is that he'll leave.
That nigga need to cut his hair. He going bald, and he got a nappy ass bead on top.
That's why.
I asked this.
He don't care about life because he won't even brush his hair.
No, I want to see if y'all can answer this question for me because I asked this on T's channel. Have anybody has ever seen KD with a fresh haircut?
Nigga always had BBs since 06.
Damn.
Feel like that bad ass little boy at the bottom.
I personally know KD. I used to see this nigga every single Sunday at the gym. I have never seen this nigga with a fresh haircut.
Yeah, I don't know what he doing. I don't know what's up with KD.
Alopecia or something.
Nah, that's what happened when you don't brush your hair for years. He just cut over the beads. That's the only dude I know got a bald spot because he wouldn't brush his hair. No, not even because he was bald. It's because he wouldn't brush his hair. He bogus as hell, yeah.
No, you should not have that. You should not have that much money. No, you should not have that much money and your fucking hair look like that. You should not. Yeah. There's no way in the world you got that much money and your hair look like that.
Yeah, for real. Eric, salute my bro. How you feeling, bro? Appreciate you for pulling up. Man, yeah, crazy, Josh. They're crazy. I think Katie has a complication. Yeah, a refusal to brush his hair. Shit's complicated.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what KD problem. What KD problem is he don't know how to be a leader. he don't know how to be a leader. He don't know how to be a leader. That's what KD problem is.
Yo, yeah, nah, he don't. Not all the way. He don't. That's why he'll never be better than LeBron. I don't care how many points he score. He'll never be better than him. That's for that reason.
The bad part about it is, though, as good as the score KD is, KD already 34, bro. He's not gonna kill the points in the next 5 years before you get out the fucking league. He's not. That's the crazy part. I don't even know how many points KD got all the time. Is he even top 10 in points yet?
I wouldn't even know. Jay, what's good with it, Jay? How you feeling?
You say is he averaging 30 points?
No, I'm saying is he top 10 for like all time points yet?
Hell no.
He ain't even got that yet. He ain't gonna catch LeBron because LeBron finna pay Kareem.
Nah, yeah, he ain't top 10. He might be in the top 15, but he ain't top 10. Last time I checked, it was still the same people that was in the top 10 for the last couple of years. It just LeBron moved up in the top 10.
Yeah, LeBron finna pay Kareem before the year over with.
Yeah.
He got to do it every 25 a game like you been doing. They say you're going to pay a Kareem.
Yeah. Fight to never brush his hair, yo. I'm telling you, ever. I ain't never seen a nigga with a brush scalp.
No, I've never.
I used to be mad as hell like him.
No, that nigga. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Is that his religion or something? Because not only is his motherfucking hair nappy, but his beard nappy too.
I'm telling you, he bogus as hell.
I'm like that.
I'm telling y'all, I'm a real nigga because I'm a real nigga. I'm a real nigga because if I was in his motherfucking camp, I'd be like, dog, brush your motherfucking head. You on national TV every single night, and your shit look like that. There's no reason why your shit just look like that every single night.
Yeah, his shit is bogus, bro.
And LeBron need to cut his shit too. LeBron ball spot getting more noticeable every single day. He need to cut his shit too.
I'm telling you. I don't know why they just won't go ball. It's just come on down. Come on down. Just go ahead and take it off.
I mean, even if he don't go ball, he can cut it low and make everything blend in. Cut it low and let it blend in. Even if you don't go ball. Right, you can make the shit blend. You just got that shit just noticeable as hell.
Yeah, crazy. LeBron had that hair piece, man. He was bogus for that hair piece. Hope he don't think nobody remember. We remember that hair piece.
I thought you was bullshit. I thought you was bullshit when you said this shit. I went back and looked up a video for that shit. I was like, he was telling the truth about that.
Yeah, AD was telling him like, yo, your hair. They was laughing at him, pointing like, yo, your hair, fix it. he start laughing.
I was dying like shit when I said that. I was like, dog, why the fuck this nigga LeBron do that shit, dog? You weren't dead.
That's why LeBron balled them, had them tight ass starter kit headbands that he was wearing. Big tight ass head.
So you damn near multi-billionaire, dog. You could have went and got a transplant during the off season. You gonna put a motherfucker.
You gotta go get the Floyd and then go get the Connor Ben. Connor Ben bought a beard. Connor Ben went and got a beard from the doctor. He went and bought him a fucking beard, bro. He bought him a beard to cover up some of the fact that he been dabbling into them PEDs. That's what that was.
Floyd got the beard too. Floyd went and got the hair and the beard.
Yeah, you could tell though. I hate that beard. I hate it. Hate that beard. Yeah, that shit like a bunch of pubic hair glued together, man.
No, that nigga beard look like he got it from somebody else.
Yeah, that's definitely not his hair.
That shit like a light brown color.
LeBron need to
that nigga beard is light brown.
Yeah, Floyd got that transplant, Josh.
Nah,
yo, but you know what's crazy about him? He was bald he went bald all this time to try to want to have hair again. Like, what? Why, bro? Like I think he went bald before he had to. They're gonna try to have hair again.
I know why he's doing it. He's going through midlife crisis. He at that age. No, I'm serious. He's at that age. Floyd's like a year younger than me. He's like 45. I'm 46. He's going through midlife crisis. So he's at that age where
for shit.
Yeah, he at that age where he's like, man, fuck, I'm getting old.
Boy, I gotta be 20 forever, boy. Forever young ass nigga, man. Old school nigga.
Ain't that a fucking song?
Huh?
Oh no. I'm just excited for the damn game to finally come out. Man, I'll be high up, nigga. I might cry if I don't get no goddamn cold to play this game this weekend.
Floyd got a beard from Afghanistan.
That's why he been doing all that traveling, bro. We on tour. He been traveling for the best hair plant he could get, the face plant. Boy got a fake beard and fake hairline. After 20 years of boxing, he want hair again. Boy was bald for the last half of his career. He want hair again.
Yeah, probably got that bitch from Dubai.
Yeah, LeBron. Yeah, them custom made Jay to cover up like that. But that he don't know the headband is what helped push the hairline back. It's like wearing a do-rag all the time. Then your corners be thin and shit. Yeah, it do it. Take the hair right out.
The thing is that the headband is pulling your hair because it's trying to squeeze back to its normal size, and you got it on your head. It's supposed to be. It's not really a headband. It's a sweatband. It's for sweat. You're supposed to have it around your forehead, not on your hairline.
Mm-hmm. And as his hairline pushed back, so did the headband. You know what I'm saying? Now he fighting for a hairpiece. He out there in the NBA with a damn toupee. This is where we at in life, bro. We got a toupee, y'all.
Hold on. I remember that first game when his motherfucking headband came off when he got fouled and he threw that motherfucking headband to the crowd. Dog, I was like, damn, that nigga hairline back far as shit.
Oh yeah. His hairline was just as far back as Keith Thurman eyes was in this video.
Okay, so watch this fight, right? This gotta be the funniest thing ever. Watch this. Watch how he getting. Watch it. Boom. Watch it. He's looking at him like, the fuck? What the And the referee, look at the referee. So you know something's wrong when the referee is looking at you getting whooped like this. Man, this is crazy. Watch this. And then watch the referee. Yeesh.
Pass out in there. He's about to pass out in the ring, boy. Blasted.
Sitting there looking like Elder Bosch. You're gonna hit that high note where EJ hit his ass to the ribcage.
Yo, the ref is the illest guy, yo, the illest dude from Nebraska. See, well, he really enjoyed his job, and he gonna let you know. He ain't even gotta tell you. It's all over his face. He punched Keith eyes in the back of his head, yo. They needed another angle, yo. That dude eyes went somewhere crazy for a second. I'm like, damn, Key, you about to get stopped by Riverside Rocky. And y'all think that dude right there, and he still had hair there, y'all. So he was still closer to one time. He still had hair there, y'all. He don't got no ponytail. This a loss later and no ponytail. Man.
That's what I always tell people. When you want to know if somebody really got hit hard, look at their eyes when they get hit.
Yeah,
their
eyes and the legs tell everything. They don't lie. Legs and eyes. Them legs go and the eyes roll in the back of the head. It's over.
Them motherfuckers, their eyes gonna let you know they got rocked because them motherfuckers gonna be looking one place, but their head gonna be turned somewhere else.
I'm telling you,
their eyes ain't gonna be able to keep up with their head. It's gonna let you know they got rocked.
Appreciate you pulling up. How you feeling, bro? Yeah, he punched. He did a number on him, and that's all I'm saying. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's how he was looking, bro. Oh, he said the barber had him looking like Jamie Foxx.
he was looking like looking like that dude. He was looking like that dude that sent you on Instagram when the nigga got the shape up. He was like, "Well, my shit looking like this."
Yeah. He was mad as hell. He was
mad
as hell.
With a beard.
What's good with you, bro? Appreciate you for pulling up. How you feel?
Hey, the Nets gonna hire Nets. I think they're gonna fuck around and hire D'Antoni. That's what I think.
Yo, they really pushing this, yo. Like, oh man, yo, this boxing crazy, yo. They really be making us figure it out, man. That's why we gotta follow the money too, because that's all they're about is they bottom line. Everybody got their hands in the pot. Once they figure out how everybody could benefit from the fight, then they make the fights, y'all. That's what I think. I really do. Once everybody could get they beaks wet, you know what I'm saying? Get their palms greased a little bit, then now they ready to make a fight. When everybody see how everybody involved see how they could financially benefit directly, there you go. Off the sweat of somebody risking their life. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers trying to get paid. Oh, he said, damn, he said Jamie had 14 different hairlines. Yeah, man. He said, choose one. He said that shit, any of them bitches, huh? Because your barber ain't give you the Jamie Foxx from like the Spider-Man, did he? Because like, you remember Jamie from Spider-Man? How he was looking with that. He had that comb over. Like he was like, his shit was balding and everything. So I know he ain't had you like that.
Yeah.
Good job. Bevo and Zordo. That's gonna be a good ass fight, bro.
Bevo
is disciplined to beat him. To beat Zordo. You said who you got?
Yeah, I got Bevo in that fight. Zordo don't move his feet enough. You're not gonna be able to beat somebody like a Bevo and just be standing right there. That's why I said I don't think Benavidez can beat Bevo. He's standing right in front of you.
Crack rock.
Oh, he said they Beijing'd you up. Damn.
Stay off the drugs, young man.
He said he 2 sneezes away from having a Clyde Drexler. Beagle by UD. I think Beagle could pull this off. I think he's disciplined enough and his style to be able to pull off a decision. He definitely won't knock him out though.
No, I don't think he's gonna knock him out. I think he's gonna beat him.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think he's gonna knock him out.
Zordo is just, I don't know. He gonna have to show me, man, because he been avoiding, like, I don't want to say avoiding, but he got a padded record to me. And that's he a dude that you kind of forget about because he like out of sight, out of mind, and then he just pop up and boom, now he fighting Beagle type shit. See what I'm saying?
Zordo is
to me, Zordo is a light heavyweight David Benavidez. They stand right in front of you to throw a bunch of punches. I think David Benavidez is better than Zorro. I think David Benavidez is better than Zorro, but they fight the same style. They stand right in front of you and throw a bunch of punches. They don't have no footwork.
Yeah, Benavidez will give Bill work though. I'm telling you.
I think Bill will beat David Benavidez too.
I don't.
Because
this shit when they spar, like them body shots.
Zordo definitely gonna try to press him.
Gotta go to for what David's saying.
That's what I'm saying.
He said when you cut the ring off, Bill was not good on the inside, and he don't like body.
I think it's gonna be more than that because Bivol got a nice jab, and I think that's going to give David Benavidez problems. He's roughly the same height as. Well, actually, he might be taller than David Benavidez.
You know what?
Benavidez is
not
David
just
Benavidez is not as tall as that.
He got that active jab at that.
Yeah. He's not as tall. David Benavidez is not as tall as people think he is. I saw the nigga in person. I thought the nigga was much bigger than that. I'm like, this nigga is only a couple of inches taller than me. He like 6 foot.
Yeah, the nigga on 6 foot, 6'1", somewhere around there.
His level of competition got me worried too.
For some reason, I thought David Benavidez was like 6'4", 6'5". I don't know why. He just looked so much taller than everybody else.
What y'all think about Zordo competition level or lack thereof?
Zordo competition level is
Zordo get hit.
Think that's gonna play a factor?
Zordo get hit too much to me.
Yeah, it's gonna play a factor because he ain't ever fought no tough competition. He might have had maybe 1 or 2 fights that was a decent competition, but other than that, it's been all Bud Crawford type resume.
He fought a lot of people he was supposed to beat.
He a weak in the Bud though. Like at least Bud got 1 or 2 names. Zordo ain't got a name, not yet. He ain't got a name on his shit yet, in like 40-something fights.
I mean, all of Zordo's fights has been pretty much like a C-class level fighter.
They
or lower.
Him and Munguia is 2 of the most padded records that I've ever seen in my life. I keep saying this. I should go find an article the next time I bring this up so I can show y'all the number of fights that they said they got planned for Munguia to win. I'm like, so they really saying basically they padding his record. Y'all got a plan to get him to 40-something. I'm like, yo, god damn, bro.
Speaking of McGuinn,
my bro, appreciate you.
Did y'all? Is that true that he ducked another title fight?
You said what?
I said, speaking of Maguire, is that true that he ducked another title fight?
With who?
They say he was supposed to have a title. I don't know who it was. So I can't remember if it was on. I think it was on T Channel that he was supposed to have a title fight and he ducked the title fight.
He probably did because they don't want to put him in there with nobody that's gonna beat him.
I think he was supposed to have a title fight with somebody, and they said he
44 fights. Some of them guys got to be good. Hey, Teach, man, you'll be surprised. Like he got some decent fighters, but they haven't. Yeah. He haven't fought elite competition. I don't think at all throughout his career.
Back half of that fight where he got the knockdown, the last dude Munguia fought was kicking his ass.
Yeah, Zordo was getting touched up by damn, what's the dude that he ended up knocking out? But dude was for Yaneski Gonzalez. He was touching Zordo up.
I about to say, Munguia was getting his ass beat the fuck up. He was losing like the first 5-6 rounds until he finally caught better after he got
by that retired quarterback. What was his name? Jim Kelly?
Hold up.
Yeah, Jim Kelly.
What happened?
No. Jim Kelly Munguia up about 5-6 rounds. Then he ran out of gas and got caught.
No, not to skip the subject, not to change the subject or anything like that. But what happened to the David Benavidez?
St. Louis that he said he was trying to break for a record with Munguia and Zordo. I knew they would have problems with real comp. Oh, I didn't know he said that.
No. What happened to the David Benavidez Caleb Plant fight?
Shit, that might have to be next summer because shit, Plant already just had a fight, so he ain't finna fight again.
No, but David Benavidez said he's trying to fight David Morrell now. He's not trying to fight Caleb Plant. He's trying to fight David Morrell now.
Teach said, leave Munguia alone. Munguia got to fight somebody. Teach, he pissing me off, man. That boy's about to pass out. He almost passed out at one of his weigh-ins, man.
Ain't gonna lie to you. I think the Caleb Plant fight might be next summer, though. That's one I want. It only makes sense.
For Benavidez?
Yeah, because they fight
you weren't here when I did that live, Flossie, when I played Benavidez clip where he said he was about to say 100%, but he said 90% sure after Uzcategui, Caleb Plant is next. That's what he said. And he spent a nice portion of that interview, like, basically speaking that he working his way towards Caleb Plant pretty much. So I think that makes sense because think about what they're doing. That's why I called it out before I seen that interview. That's why I said sometimes you could call certain shit out or you could just assume that that's the way it's going because they, Caleb Plant fought Jose Uzcategui, I think 2019 that was. He beat him for the IBF strap. He dropped him twice in that fight. Uzcategui landed some good shots on the back end of that fight, but he still got, outclassed. Then you fast forward now, they had Caleb Plant fight Anthony Durrell, who also fought David Benavidez. He ended up knocking him out. Benavidez got a stoppage, but I think that was more so that cut that caused that. And so he didn't stop him. And the way it's definitely not how Caleb Plant did. So now they got him fighting Uzcategui, who Caleb Plant fought. And more than likely, this version of Uzcategui is going to get knocked out. So there go your selling point. They put each other in there with common opponents that they knocked out, and the other guy wasn't able to knock him out. And there you go with your fight. They got previous history, got common opponents. They coming off knockout wins. Why not? Like, where else? And y'all about y'all money, so that should make money right there. That fight would make a lot of sense.
I'm trying to figure out where I heard it. I must have been on T channel. I was on somebody's channel, and they were talking about David Benavidez is talking about fighting David Morrell next.
Yeah, I seen that too. I seen that. I seen Blue talking about it, but I don't think that's happening next, like right next. You get what I'm saying? I just don't see it. Right. I don't see it, especially with Benavidez just said out his own mouth. That's why I played that clip when I did the live. And it's crazy because I assumed that that's the direction it was going with a previous live. And then I was able to double back and bring that up again and see how he said he 90% sure Caleb Plant is next. And then he asked him, he said something about his boxing skill. Like, Caleb Plant's skill is not the power that he had to worry about, but obviously shit after getting a knockout, maybe he would, but he said it's the boxing skill that he had to worry about. When it happens, I think
Caleb Plant, and that's what David Morrell thought. I mean, Durrell. That's what Durrell thought until his ass was looking at the motherfucking ceiling. Yeah. What you gonna do? You ain't gonna knock me out. You gonna?
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. And clinked his shit, yo.
He hit that nigga to the body and it came up to the top. It was over.
Man, he did him bad.
That was a beautiful combination he hit his ass with.
He did him real bad.
I was like, damn, they got this nigga knocked out with his eyes open.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they say you deserve it. And he was out of there for a minute, so he kind of passed with his eyes open.
You saw the clip that Durrell put out after the fight was over. He did I think it was on Instagram. He put a clip out congratulating Caleb Plant.
Yeah, I had it in my thing. I had deleted it. I had it in my brand section. Damn, I had deleted it to make spaces.
That nigga was humble as shit after
Hell
that.
Yeah, and I played that. I had that clip. I'm like, look how I said, and that's what I was talking about, because that's when I was talking about greatness and how people be complaining about fights and how Caleb Plant showed greatness in that fight. He took a dude that was talking all this crazy to him, to humbling him, know what I'm saying? To having to give him his props. Know what I'm saying? He addressed the gas tank issue. He didn't look like his gas tank was, you know what I mean? He was running on fumes and none of that. He got to the 9th round.
Yep.
He got to the 9th and ain't looked tired or gassed. And I'm like, man. And then he delivered a knockout, the best knockout of his career, a one-punch knockout pretty much. You know what I mean? Set up by a body shot, left hook to the body, followed up by a left hook to the head, and finished his ass. He's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. He just caught me with a good shot. Durrell funny as hell. Like, yeah, I ain't worried about it. He was like, man, I'm 38. He said, man, I'm 38, man. He ain't retired me, that's for sure. Only I could do that. Caleb Plant didn't retire me. I'm 38.
When a nigga get caught with a good ass shot, niggas always talking about, I'm good. No, the fuck you not, nigga. That nigga just knocked your ass silly. You ain't good.
You not good, bro. Durrell was embarrassed. He stayed down a little longer. Durrell tried to deny. He said he'll never let a white boy beat him. Yeah. What he did, though, because I did catch him, yeah, it was nice, Eric. He said when he said that, he was talking about Callum Smith. That's what he was telling him. He was like, that wasn't for Caleb Plant. When they pulled that old clip up, he said that was years ago. And he was talking about Callum Smith, not Caleb. That's why he was saying he ain't giving nobody $10,000. Like, you found a clip with him saying it, but he was saying, like, he didn't say that when it came to Caleb Plant beating him. That was an old clip. He didn't say that. So that's how they cleared that. That's how he cleared that up. Other than that, he said he would have gave, somebody that 10K. But yeah, man, he cracked his ass clean, man. Clean, bro. I'm like, damn, man, I did not expect that. Caleb Plant. Then he did the shovel junk on him. He did a little shovel shit and then made a t-shirt. Now it's a T-shirt with Darrell on the ground, Caleb playing digging with the shovel. Now he got merch. He got merch now, y'all. Yeah, Caleb Plant got merch now, yo. After he stretched him, that doing Caleb press conference. I could have swore, that I know that one that they was playing that was surfacing a lot wasn't. It was an older one. Appreciate you, lady dude. You know, we always had a conversations over here. This is what we do. This was what boxing is outside of the news. And that's why I had that slogan. It's nothing against breaking the news, but man, it'd be too much news that be misinformation. So you don't even know when you breaking the news. You might be breaking a whole fucking lie. You can break a whole lie. Imagine doing a 3-hour live and you gotta retract it. Because you've been led astray. That shit gonna be wild. I would hate that.
Let me ask a hypothetical question. When do you think that this fight can possibly happen with Errol Spence and Bud, if it does happen? Because I know I hear people talking about motherfucking February or January. I'm like, dog, he just fought in December. He's not fighting in no fucking February.
Yeah, and he definitely ain't. It seemed like he definitely ain't doing it. I don't know. It's like he fought in what? Nah, you talking about for EJ?
Yeah, for EJ. If the fight
Ugas in April, right?
Yeah, EJ fought in April, but EJ's going to fight before this year is out. He's going to fight either Keith Thurman or Stanionis before this year is out.
I heard Keith Thurman was somebody. They had a January date in mind for him and Keith Thurman. So
if that happens in January, then we ain't looking at that fight until around April, May. Then
you get what I'm saying, and then by then it's like, man, like you gotta worry about. I mean, I suppose they gonna come up with something, man. EJ gonna figure it out. He gonna find a way to be great, man. Facts, motherfuckers say breaking news and it's just gossip, and that's why I tell people like, just follow me, yo. Don't ever come in here with the energy that you're supposed to have for somebody else, because I don't lie to the people. It's not hard not to do that. It's not hard not to do that. It's just I know people be wanting to report stuff, but I remember when a couple videos I did, I titled them like rumor mill or something like that. You get what I'm saying? Where you know clearly from the beginning, I'm not stating this as a fact. Yo, it's a conversation. That's why I push my content a certain way. It's not about trying to break the news and see who I could get to come in here because of me breaking the news. I'm trying to have the conversation be a reason a motherfucker come in here and listen. Like, you know what I mean? Instead of trying to be first with something. I ain't got these crazy sources, but I did have a good source with the Keith Thurman situation, and knowing that he got a contract with Errol Spence's name on it. I know that for a fact. And again, it's some more dialogue took place because the dude that gave that to me, when he spoke to, you know what I mean, when he spoke to Keith and he had Keith on that live, he was being firm with Keith. He wasn't being a fan. And Keith low-key respected that, and he told his people that. And then they said somebody else reached out to him and they let him know Keith Thurman got a lot of yes men around him. And he was able to respect a man, treating him like a man and not being no fucking fan. And then that's how, you know, that led to him revealing some extra information. But he was also able to see that Keith Thurman is nowhere near at 147. So this whole notion that this December 17th date that they're throwing out there, I don't know if y'all catching it, but I called it. So it's like, I'm not here to argue with nobody news or sources, but I'm here to say that don't that sound like bullshit? If you got a dude that's probably upwards of 170 pounds, do it sound like he gonna be ready by December, y'all? Hell no. He gonna be worked out whole training camp and everything? I don't think so. That's why I
was telling the dude that was on here earlier. I was like, Keith Thurman is damn near my size. I'm 195. I'm like, Keith Thurman is damn near my size. He is not going to be. He's not in shape right now. He's damn near my size.
That's what I was saying, y'all. He's not in shape. And they like, go ask him. Dude was saying, dude that was up here earlier, he was saying, like, go ask him. Did you ask him this again? I'm not saying like I got some exclusive access to him, but you take shit as people give it to you. You don't be thirsty for it. That's how you able to maintain a healthy, like a respectable relationship. I'm not trying to milk the nigga for information. That came organically. As he was giving the information, he could have came out and broke it himself. He was like, nah, man. He was like, look, he passed it. He was like, look, man, you know. And I'm like, fuck it, I'll definitely talk about it because I'm about to go live anyway. So Yeah, it's a bunch of people came through here, but I just look at how I went, the time in which I did that live, and then look at what people talking about today. Just look, what are they talking about? Who are they talking about Errol Spence fight? And then what did I say? This was days before these people are doing their lives currently today. I already did it. Like, that's why I said if I was a bigger channel, more people would have seen that and they would have understood it. Like, now look what people talking about. So do you think the source is credible or what? Or is everybody just not knowing what they talking about? And just because they talking about it don't mean it will happen. And it don't mean they don't know what they talking about, but that lets you know my information was in the right ballpark, because you see what everybody is reporting on and speaking of right now and coming up with dates and trying to make sense out of who he fighting. That's why I put this in the thumbnail. Who next?
That's why I told her. I said everybody is trying to put 2 and 2 together because of what Mauricio Suleiman said, right. And they got right. the tweet from what Earl said is that he's still trying to get undisputed with Bud Crawford. So they said, oh well, he is going to fight Keith Thurman next. It's not a guarantee that he's fighting Keith Thurman next. He just said he's still trying to pursue for undisputed, so he's going to stay at 47.
Yeah, I'm here to build, not lie to the people. I don't feel like you could build lying to people. Like, and that if people just took the time to see how I think when it comes to that and like misleading people, I feel like that's so counterproductive to the message, yo. And you can't grow like that. How do that little burst of like energy and attention that you get from whatever headline, that's short-term shit. That don't last. I'm in it for the long haul. That shit don't last. When people look back at videos, I want these people to be able to really be, I want everybody to be able to say, man, he ain't never sat up here and clickbaited us or misled us. Like, that shit is lame. And I ain't saying nobody is doing it. I'm just never going to be a part of it. It's not that serious. That type of attention is fake. It's like, if I got to fool you to be here, then it's not authentic. So I'm just never going to go like that. That's why I said it's always a big conversation to take place once we really know what's going on. And I don't mind like coming up with other topics and shit to talk about that don't involve these dudes. Like I said, D-Free, we're going to do that top 25 under 25. I just going to hit a couple of y'all, see what y'all want to do. We're going to do that, man. Because right now, at this end of this year is just going to be kind of weak. And I feel like we all been getting misinformation, whether we reported it or not. So like, I'm not against nobody that's reporting something that they believe to be true at the time, especially if you wholeheartedly believe that what you're reporting is the truth and you know it's not some shit just to get people there, then I can respect it. But if you're doing it just for clicks, no, I don't respect that. That's lame as hell. And that's why people from the outside looking in, the fighters don't be respecting what we do because of the misinformation. It'd be no integrity about the work that's being put out. Like, that's why I said, but keep preaching the responsible content creating. I'm going to grow the slow way, whether it's slow or fast. I ain't about to be sitting up here lying to y'all every day and trying to convince y'all that y'all should come back here after I sat up here and lied for 2 hours.
It's not to say that y'all assumptions are wrong. It's just we're not gonna say that that's what's happening. We just gonna talk about it. If it does happen, this how y'all look, how y'all see it.
Exactly. It's how you present the information. Yeah. You can't. And I noticed this. A lot of people, especially when they got people watching them, they do not like to be wrong, yo. And I'm telling y'all right here, right now, I don't mind being wrong. I don't care, because I ain't always got to be right. I ain't got to be first, and I ain't got to be. I want to be right all the time, though. But I ain't got to have all the answers, man. And that's what I'm saying. Like, somebody would be going off of something that they got from somewhere, and I understand if you believe it, but you shouldn't argue with people that don't believe what you believe. Like, you get what I'm saying? It shouldn't turn into an argument. Like, it should be a discussion, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
I ain't got no problem if I'm wrong. There's been a couple of times where I've been wrong, and I said, "Oh shit, my bad. I was wrong. You're right." I ain't got no problem admitting when I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I got the wrong information. So if you could prove to me that I'm wrong, I'm gonna say, "Okay, you're right." It's not a problem. Okay, now I know what the truth is. Facts. It is what it is. But if you don't never want to admit that you're wrong, you're never gonna have the truth.
Yeah, it makes you weird, bro. Make you weird, man.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't break news unless I know without a shadow of doubt this is what's going down. I don't break no news, and 9 times out of 10, I'm not the one that's breaking the news. Somebody else broke the news, and I'm just responding on what the news that was broke.
And now look, right, y'all. Mystery gang, salute, bro. Perfect example. Like, see how we've been having this discussion, right? And now I see I get a video pop up say bad news. Errol Spence fights Keith Thurman. I guess he's saying no. He doubling down like, yo, that's not who I'm fighting. But that don't change the fact what Keith Thurman said he got. It's just the only thing, nothing really changes, really, because that's just Errol Spence being, consistent and saying, like, look, man, they're not about to force me. So that'll make me think that despite you having a contract or an offer to fight somebody, don't mean you gonna be the one to fight him next. It don't. You get what I'm saying? And I just don't. It's crazy how we go back and forth. And that's why I said I ain't attacking nobody that reported something. If you wholeheartedly felt like when you reported something, somebody was telling you the truth, you gonna hold yourself accountable because you figure your sources gotta be a little bit better. But like I said, I look at it like this: as men, we should be able to take somebody at their word, man. If you know something ain't true, don't go spew it to somebody that put out content in an effort to grow the sport, and you give them something that you know is foul and they put it out, and that goes against the message that they've been putting out the whole time they've been doing this shit. That ain't nothing cool about that. And that's why I say we all share the same space. How is it cool or how is it funny? Because one of the brothers, I don't care, they ain't my brother by blood, because I say brother, if they boxers are brothers, then we doing content, right? We in the space, we brothers from another, right? So one of us is misled, then we all could potentially be misled by that same source. That's what I'm saying. Right. We ain't got to be no kumbaya and everybody love each other, but my respect for people come differently than the average creator. Look, I'm not looking to be tearing down what somebody else is trying to build on their own. Like, that shit is weird to me. If somebody got misled in the boxing community, that's a reflection of all of us. Because at the end of the day, when that gets put out, the fighters see this, and then you got those that don't respect what we do, and that's why, because there's no integrity and we don't even stick together. When somebody get misled, we need to be calling out the sources and not the creator so much. Make these motherfuckers not feel comfortable about misleading nobody. Cut all that senseless, like, we'll get much better quality content, just like we'll get better fights if you cut out a lot of the bullshit in boxing, period, as a whole. It'd be way too much. People be laughing and all this me versus you and my channel versus your channel. Man, that shit corny, man. That ain't boxing. That we all supposed to be doing what? Like, that's why I always say, what do people do this for? You trying to build or you trying to destroy? Because I don't think nothing really funny about somebody that been building for years and then they get some information that they wholeheartedly believe to be true and then they got to retract it. It ain't nothing funny about that. That's what be happening to us. That we be getting misled. That's why I said in the titles, too much misinformation. What's really going on and who fighting? Because we really don't know. We still scratching our heads like, who fighting who right now, bro? That's why I know why I'm here, y'all. I know why I'm here. I'm not here to mislead, tear down, or go at nobody individually. That shit is not boxing. If I want to do that, I might as well go box or do something different, not this. Yeah, man. Exactly. See how you look, and you'll forever be you'll be a better man because of the way you think, yo. Nobody ain't nothing wrong with being, know what I mean, prove wrong, because then you get a chance to get it right. You know what I'm saying? The next trip. And that's just what be going on in boxing, man. That's why this wasn't really more so about who or when what fight. Like, this conversation was like, I don't know, man. Why we be getting misled and we be mad as hell at each other and making whole videos about the other. Like, that could easily be you. You could easily be misled the same way. And now don't give me that shit that your sources is better, because everybody got a source that been inaccurate. I don't care. Especially, and that's just my guess. If you've been around this shit long enough, somebody gonna tell you something that you can report that don't happen. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. I just look at shit different. Motherfuckers be whole videos about somebody being wrong about something. Like, how is that counterproductive to the boxing world, bro? Like, what you talking about? You got me clipped in, thumbnailed in your shit. Like, hey, what we talking about? This ain't why we here. This ain't why we here. Appreciate you, Barbara D. Appreciate all y'all in the building, man. Appreciate the family. And that I just be having to have those little conversations with y'all, because I really be needing people to understand the type of creator I am. I'm not here to do that with people. Like, and I know if you here to really have a good conversation, boxing conversation, it's going to be news that come along with the conversation, but I'm just not into breaking the fake news to y'all. Like, then expecting y'all to come back and saying, oh, what happened was, nah, bro, just put out the right news and be able to explain, I guess your content if need be. You get what I'm saying? This damn weather got my kids all sick. Real honest, but reactions, just keep it moving. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? The rest, just keep it moving. Yeah. And there ain't nothing wrong with correcting yourself. You rather do it than let somebody else do it. You know what I'm saying? Nah, for real, bro. Cause we see it all the time. Like I say, man, the fact that people, you'll never know who watching you is that the way you behave when you don't know who watching you is integrity to me. So like I said, I always come up here. You don't never know who in the chat because everybody don't type. You get what I'm saying? The whole time you think I'm gonna spend my time tearing somebody down in the boxing world to try to get people to come click my video. I've been seeing a lot of that too. I don't know what be into people, and it be people down there twice my age. I see people criticize each other or fans of Errol Spence and they're fans of Terrence Crawford. It's like I never seen something more confusing in my life. They call people like an Errol sexual or something like that. But the whole time, if you really pay attention to their content, it's centered around favoring Terrence Crawford. So it's like you the same type of person that you criticize. You just on the other side of it. It's weird, man. I never seen it. People making thumbnails, stealing people logos, senseless trolling. Like you got people up here that have been building for years, y'all. And then just think about it. You get something wrong or you report something that don't go a certain way. Now somebody that's supposed to be a brother is reporting you and got you in the video. You the topic of their video for an hour and a half, 2 hours. You ain't never going to see me do that, especially undeservingly just for no reason. I'll never waste your time like that. Y'all time is far too important for me to waste it tearing somebody down, whether that's somebody in boxing or that's somebody that's in the content creator space, because that's not what I'm here for. I assume everybody that clicked the video going to be here to have a good boxing conversation, not hear me go at somebody for 2 hours. But oddly enough, there are people that people do grow like that because I've seen it. It's weird, but I ain't with it. I ain't doing it. The last thing you want to hear is fake news, facts. And that's why some things that you report as a conversation or that is a rumor is out there. You don't try to pass it along as facts. And people will understand that and you will still be to have that conversation. It's just, you don't have all the answers. And I guess, I don't know, this in this lane, I guess it's so competitive. People just want to be the man. I ain't come here to be the man. I came here to build this channel and build with y'all. I ain't come here to be the man or outdo nobody. So I think that's why I'm cool with growing the way I'm growing. Like I ain't doing this shit for the wrong reasons. Jay Gibson, my bro, what's good with it? TWT family in the building. Salute to you, bro. How you feeling? Yeah, it be a lot of it, man. People be tearing each other down left and right, whole videos. Like, spent your last 2 hours of your day. And then it's sad when you see people that you kind of cool with in the comments egging it on. Like, you be like, damn, that's what you on? Like, yo, bro, we not here to do that. We ain't here to do it, but hopefully we get some clarity in this welterweight division. And I just wanted to be clear for those that was in the building when I dropped that video. If y'all was here and y'all remember me saying Keith Thurman said he had a contract for Errol Spence, just know if I tell you that's coming, I'm gonna be 100% accurate or comfortable with the source before I even speak on it. I would have never said nothing. That's like as direct as you could get. So it's like that's why I reported it. And now I just want people to pay attention. You see, I spoke on that a couple days ago. It might be 2 or 3 days ago. Now look at, if you guys just look around the community, you see what's being discussed, a potential fight between them two. That's why. You get what I'm saying? Because it's a real possibility, but it all depends on how EJ really want to play it, because they can't force him to do nothing. Get what I'm saying? If he really adamant about not fighting this dude, there's nothing they could do. Do that not mean that he wasn't made an offer? Nah, it don't mean that. It don't mean that. Do it still mean that he ain't had a contract? Nah, it just mean that it's going to take more than him having that contract to make the fight happen, or offer on the table to make the fight happen. EJ got to want to do it. And honestly, I said this before, and I don't like to, sound too redundant in my content, but it does nothing for him. Simple. It just does nothing for him. You had an opportunity when it made more sense for you to give EJ a shot when he was up and coming. You didn't. Now you reverse roles. Keith Thurman, you're on the back end of your career. You're not up and coming. You have taken just the loss. There's only one loss you're taking, but you haven't done anything relevant since that loss besides beat a 140 pounder that moved to 147. And you beat him up and you was hurt visibly pretty bad in that fight to the body. So You think you getting there with that level of competition, then you think the fans want to see you really fight Errol Spence? That's a waste of all of our time, to be honest, because that's a predetermined outcome. Unless that dude gonna land some phantom punch and just knock EJ out, it's a predetermined outcome, and it's to the point where it's like you can't convince me that he's not gonna knock Keith Thurman out. Dude mess around, don't make it to 8. You know what I mean? He might get him in 5-6 rounds or something like that. Version of Keith Thurman, that dude, what he got in his arsenal based on what we seen against Mario Barrios. Let's keep this in mind. He was able to beat Barrios face up and disfigure it pretty good, right? Appreciate you, Jay. He was able to do that, but he wasn't able to get him out of there. And he's still a good puncher, I believe, Keith Thurman, but it's not the same. He's not the same level of puncher he once was. And he physically is not the same guy he once was. You get what I'm saying? He wasn't able to get Barrios out of there. He was able to hurt him. And then when you look at the totality of the fight, you ask yourself, who looked like they got hurt worse? You would say Keith Thurman was more visibly hurt than Barrios. It was crazy. EJ TKO. And yeah, you see what I'm saying, Queen? About 6 rounds. Like, just that pressure alone and what I've seen him offer the last time I seen him in the ring, that doesn't beat Errol Spence. Even the guy that lost to Pacquiao, that was a good version of himself because he still had that ponytail. That guy doesn't beat EJ. So you're less of yourself than you was when you lost. You get what I'm saying? And you coming off a win. Just let that sink in. And you think I'm going to have confidence as a supporter of the sport that you're going to get in there and really give me a fight that's really, really worth my time. But I will say this. I'm saying in terms of, I guess I'm speaking like for EJ in a sense, like it does nothing for his career, but would the fight be somewhat entertaining for us? Yeah, I think so. I think it'd be entertaining because Keith Thurman is still smart. He can fight, but he'd just be on borrowed time in that fight to me. It'd just be a matter of time. It won't, you know what I mean? It'd be a matter of when. Like, you know what I mean? That'd be the question, when he gonna get him out of there. It won't be if, it'll just be a matter of when. Keep Thurman over STANIONIS, we can't get boots. You know what I'm saying? Do something like something. Put Keith Thurman. It will be wise for him to preserve his career a little bit more, yo. And I'm not saying duck somebody, but I'm saying fight somebody, challenge yourself accordingly. You don't go from Mario Barrios to Errol Spence, in my opinion. You don't go to losing to Manny Pacquiao, to cutting your ponytail, to having a tough night with Mario Barrios being visibly hurt, spitting out your mouthpiece. You don't go from that to, oh yeah, now I got an Errol Spence fight. And you know what? Not only do I got an Errol Spence fight, y'all, I got to get a chance to fight for 3 belts. And I ain't did none of the heavy lifting. This man fought all the champions. And I did. And basically they gonna deliver, he's gonna deliver me a big payday and an opportunity at 3 belts. And the only thing I had to do was beat a 140-pounder that moved up to 147 and was coming off a knockout loss. And not knock him out, y'all. And not knock him out and look super impressive. Not look decent, not look okay for a comeback, but look super impressive. That's why I don't give him the benefit of the doubt with the layoff. Because if you're telling me the reason he looked the way he did is because he's coming off a layoff, then why would it make sense for him to be coming off a layoff, fight Mario Barrios, not look, you know, spectacular, and then be on somewhat of a layoff again, and then jump in there with Errol Spence? That makes sense. He gonna get hurt, and that is something I could guarantee. He gonna get hurt. He gonna get himself hurt, man. He gonna get himself hurt. Lose to EJ too. Yeah, it's some people that want to see that, and I get it. I'm not completely mad at. I'm not mad at all. Period. With boxing right now, I'm not mad. It's a little annoying with the misinformation, like I was speaking on a minute ago. But at the end of the day, if Spence mentality is spinning the block, then that means, despite whoever he fight next, he still got plans to fight Terrence Crawford. So if Keith Thurman end up being the guy, then all right, so be it. But hey, man, that's going to be the end of his career. I'm not even playing. Like, if he fight EJ, I'd be surprised to see him fight 2 or 3 more times in his career. And that's what I'm going to say. So I don't think Keith Thurman will ever be nowhere near the same again if he fight EJ next. That's all I'm saying. He got to show something. He got to show me something. He got to show me something, man. I don't get some of these concentrated riders so hard. It seems to be out of jealousy. It makes me want to go out, go at him. Well, I'm learning from y'all. That's not the right way. Yeah, bro. Like I'm always hoping that my words can hit people a certain way, and it's just a waste of our energy. Like, that's why you could, you'll be able to go through my content and see that I ain't never put nobody's name in my title. I'm never doing that to nobody. Out of respect for what I do. It don't got nothing to do with the person first. It's out of respect of what I do. That has nothing to do with no message that I've ever spoke on since I've been doing this. So that's why I would never do it. I just, you know, always keep it boxing because that's what people come to hear. You know what I'm saying? Good boxing. Be careful what you ask for. I think Errol, yeah, facts, Queen. So, and more so, I think the people are asking for it. It's going to be interesting to see how this play out, though. If Keith Thurman really be like, you know what, and try to, you know what I mean? If the WBC somehow managed to bully Stanionis out of the way, because that's what it'd be, Queen. It'd be bullying pretty much because Stanionis already moved out the way so Ugas and Spence could take place. You get what I'm saying? And then it's like to an extent, he sat in the back again because Spence was about to then fight. You know what I mean? Crawford. So now that he don't fight Crawford, you think Stanionis is going to be willing to say, let me get out the way for Keith Thurman, a dude that ain't did nothing. And Stanionis he said he ready to fight by December. Appreciate you with the super sticker, Queen. Much appreciation. He said he'd be ready by December. Stanionis. He said he ready. I just read something with him saying that he'd be ready by December or something like that. Like he'd be ready to fight. So I see him getting a chance. Like, I know this Keith Thurman business is out there, and I was part of putting some of it out there, but I wanted to be clear. Having a contract don't mean that that's the fight that's going to happen next. We seen fights and people walk away from negotiations as recent as Crawford and Spence. So I feel like in order it's Stanionis. So I'm not going to be surprised if it's Stanionis. I'm going to be surprised if it's not him. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you again. And with the super sticker, Queen. Do you think Stanionis' fight would be on pay-per-view? You definitely have a point. You should have fought one more time at the barrel so he'd be fresh. You get what I'm saying? And see if how you looked is not the foregone conclusion. Like, you can look better than you looked against Barrios, but without you having a fight in between or after Barrios, and people even this whole notion you gonna fight Spence. Man, I know what I seen the last time I seen you, bro, and that guy gets hurt bad by Errol Spence. You put that guy against Mario Barrios, that Keith Thurman that was in there against Barrios, against the guy that Ugas fought, man, that dude going to the hospital too. He going to the hospital, bro. He going to the hospital. That's why, and it might be pay-per-view because of Spence. Maybe. You get what I'm saying? Because Spence is a pay-per-view worthy, so maybe. You get what I'm saying? Maybe. Boxing community got to do better. Facts. We don't stick together enough. And again, I always said this from the start. Just like when you ever hear those people that's at work and they be like, I'm here to get paid. I ain't here to make friends. And that's so true, right? That's so true, right? That's true. We all could agree to that, right? You there when you at work, you there to get paid, right? And this would be my work. I'm working right now, right? But how much enjoyable will work be if I linked up with some solid people like myself? Or they got a mission that's similar to what I'm pushing, which is to try to grow the sport, bring many eyes to the sport as possible, and build. You get what I'm saying? How could that not be the mission? Why would it ever be anything else? That's why I say you can't preach about nothing if you part of that type of problem. Like, so I never gonna contribute to the beefs that people get into on here. Like, I ain't for it. I lied, so forgive me if I missed it. EJ fighting someone. EJ locked into a fight yet? I'm hearing, like I know Keith Thurman got his hands on a contract for Spence, but I don't think that's gonna be the fight. I mean, I'm not for sure. I'm just saying, in my opinion, I don't think Keith Thurman is going to take that, and not coming off a Barrios win. I don't think that would be smart if he trying to preserve what's left of his career. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yes, I appreciate you as always. Appreciate all y'all. So I think it should in order is Stanionis, because this is why I said this live was like the domino effect, the trickle down effect. We didn't get Crawford Spence, right? So as a result, look at all the things that took place, and y'all see why I call this the domino effect. We don't get Crawford and Spence, but we get a David Avanesian and Crawford announcement. Boom. So we assume that fight is taking place, right? Now, because of no Crawford, no Spence, we got Crawford and Avanesian as a domino effect. Then you got Spence scrambling for an opponent. You got people that just content creators that's just trying to figure out and make sense out of the breadcrumbs and the mess they left for us to figure out which fighter Spence gonna fight. But if you going, and the other domino effect of him not getting a Crawford fight right now, Now he got mandatories out the ass. You got Boots and the IBF mandatory. They went and petitioned to get at Spence. You got Stanionis that got a WBA regular title. He moved out of the way already. So he been the petitioning that Boots did. He did it. He been in line. So that's why Boots wouldn't be over Stanionis for the people that want to see EJ lose so bad. And I love to watch Boots and EJ, but Stanionis had the right to, he got first dibs with the WBA over Boots with the IBF, and then you got Keith Thurman with the WBC and Suleiman trying to push it as if Keith Thurman is number one, and they trying to make it seem like he got the right to fight EJ as opposed to these other dudes, which is not gonna make no sense. I'm telling you, he gonna get hurt. Body shot, knockout. Yeah, man, I'm gonna keep pushing, bro. Like I'm doing it. I'm trying to do it the right way for the people. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I know people gonna catch on. They gonna catch on. Trust me. It's a way to do this shit. And I know why I'm here, man. So we're gonna keep growing with y'all, with the family. We're gonna keep going up. I'm telling you that, and I think he on borrowed time. Keep spitting that mouthpiece out. You ain't gonna be able to get away from EJ. EJ gonna hurt you. He gonna be relenting. Like what did y'all see in the Barrios fight that y'all think Keith Thurman like that'll keep EJ off of him? Like nothing, literally nothing. It was no real big punch that I'm like, dang, that'd be problematic for EJ. He still can punch, but I told you Keith Thurman techniques is not the best. That's why I don't think he get the most out of his shots. And the fact that he's not physically where he once was. And you mix that in with the fact that his technique is not perfect, pitch perfect. The way he throw his punches is not perfect. He's wide with his punches sometimes. So you add that in with the fact that he ain't physically the same fighter, you will see why he ain't getting knockouts. It's easy to see for me. So I'm like, that version of that guy gets his ass beat, man. Drastically bad. Mo City, what's good with it, my bro? How you feeling?
What's up, bro? Hey, man, I hear you in here cooking, man. And I mean, I 98% of the time, I'm riding exactly with what you're saying, man. I don't think Mauricio got nothing to do with this. I'm just gonna say this little piece and I'm gonna jump out of here. I think this is a straight Al Heyman move, and I'm gonna tell you why. His whole thing is he's invested so much into these guys, especially that 2015 PBC crop. Let's say Sean Porter, Berto, Keith Thurman, all those guys. And before these guys go out, he always makes his bang off of his buck with those guys. Sean Porter fought Terrence Crawford, and he got his biggest guarantee of his career. Berto, before he went out, he got with Floyd, and this one here is for Keith, and that's what he's trying to do. There's no other reason to show why Keith would jump past Virgil and Boots and so forth and so on in the WBC ranking. He just trying to get his bang for his buck while he can, man. But I know I ain't too far off from what you were saying, but I just wanted to shoot that out there real quick, man. I got much respect to what you're doing, bro, and I love how you get down. But the reality of it is Al Heyman is after each and every nickel and dime he can get off of these guys, man.
Appreciate you adding that, bro. I agree.
Yeah, man, but I'm out of here, man. I just want to swing through real quick one time for Just Do, bro. Hit that like button, bro. Y'all know.
Appreciate you, bro.
You know it.
All right. Yeah, that's my guy right there, man. It's my guy, Mo City, right there, man. Salute to the bro, Mo City, man. Yeah, this domino effect been real, been real, family. Like, you see what we forced to deal with now because we ain't getting a fight that we supposed to get. Do y'all see how we about to get a lot of shit that we shouldn't have had to get? That's all I'm saying. I ain't trying to complain, but one big fight not happening had an amazing ripple effect on the rest of the welterweight division. And you still got people looking at EJ like it's his fault, talking about who's he gonna fight. He's holding up the division. You see, Bud got a fight already. If y'all don't shut up and people say that make me feel like y'all cool with that fight not happening. That's why he ain't got no opponent, because he was 100% committed to making this one. Go, salute, my bro. Appreciate you. What's that, bro? What you asking about? That Dev 17 fight ain't happening. No, it's not. I knew it. And if y'all they've been listening, y'all, the family, y'all know I've been saying that. Yeah, that Barber, that's Mo City right there, man. That's one of the good brothers, man. He and he got a channel too, Behind the Hands, on YouTube. Behind the Hands TV. I should go drop his link in here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to it and drop my bro link in here. And see, that's why. Oh, what's good with it, T? What's good with you, my bro? Appreciate you pulling up. What's good with you? But that's why I say, man, I like for people to jump up here and offer their perspectives. Cause see, I wasn't touching on what Mo was just touching on. And that I wasn't touching on that angle of it. I wasn't, you know what I mean? And he was right on point. It's like a Heyman move right now. The whole notion that we got to sit through, or we got to speculate if EJ gonna have to do something he said this whole time he wasn't gonna do. That's got something to do with Al Heyman. Unfortunately, that's what it is. Like Burger King, y'all hungry? Yeah, we hungry, girl. I know, Josh, you one of the ones to keep it real. My little shit, you know, fully transparent, no agendas, facts. I appreciate that. That's how I gotta give it up to the family, man. Like what he had to say, yeah, man. Mo solid, man. Behind the hand, he's solid, man. He's solid, man. And I think that's a real angle, man. So, you know, we just still gonna have to wait and see. But like I said, I think STANIONIS is supposed to have first dibs at EJ with the WBA over everybody else. Mm-hmm. You did? You just got some D3. That's crazy. Boots is a sight to see. Yeah, Boots dangerous, man. Thurman versus Spence main card and Boots versus Stan undercard or winners fight. Hey, I ain't mad at that. Or at least if that happens like that, Fate, at least Boots should be definitely guaranteed a title shot if Crawford and Spence can't work it out. My bad, y'all. There you go. He said, yeah, that's a good lineup though, mate. I mean, Fate. I said, mate. Damn, I'm thinking about the UK. People speculating Thurman issues. People speculating Allen got nothing to do with it. I didn't say Keith should not be beat for 147 WBC. You know, the Al ordered the Mario fight as an eliminator. Yeah, I feel you. I just think what helps this whole fight happen, that, you know, this whole notion that is Keith and Earl, is when you got somebody like Suleiman come out. Like, you get what I'm saying? And that's what be misleading to the people, because he come out and say, nah, Keith Thurman is the the number one contender. You get what I'm saying? So it kind of they always trying to misdirect us. That's why we got to know what the rules is, and we got to know who be breaking their own rules and pushing BS. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, boxers are guided by sanctions, so they have to have their hand in the schemes. Possible. I keep saying, the reason I feel like these fights ain't happening is because, you know, the people that are involved in some of the biggest fights that we supposed to get in boxing, you got too many people with their hands in the pot, and everybody can't find it. Everybody can't be greedy at once. You get what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Everybody can't be greedy at once. Everybody got their hand in the pot, but it's enough money in boxing, but not for everybody to be greedy at the same time, if that makes sense. And that's just my opinion and my thought process on what takes place and as to why some of these fights don't happen. Everybody trying to be greedy. People probably trying to get the shit that they don't deserve. And they consider the entertainment value in the product last. They want to get paid first and then put out the product. That's why I think we get BS cars and BS fights. You get what I'm saying? The people involved in this sport, and it's sad to say, a lot of the people that's involved in the sport are not in it to grow the sport and do it what I'm trying to do with this channel. They're not, and they're in position to do it, but they're in it for the money. Just simply put, they're in it to line their pockets, and they don't care what kind of product is being put out there. No, Spence folk, our agendas are out. I'll tell you this, Ghost. I don't know if you was there for that. I don't know if you was there for that live I was talking about. I did a couple days ago. I don't know if you see. I said, appreciate you, AJ. Appreciate you, my bro. Hey, man, appreciate you, man. Yeah, you know, I do this with y'all, so I appreciate y'all. My bad, y'all. I'm far as hell behind or something. Hope not. Quick, what's good, my sis? How you feeling, sis? Appreciate you pulling up. Even made Keith married, right? Q never lost a bet with people except you saying okay, I get what you're saying. You saying yeah. But look, again, just so for the purposes of conversation, so we always understand each other. What you're doing is basically you breaking it down and saying, basically he never been out of position to be able to fight. He always been, one win away. And I get that. I get what you're saying. So the fact that he is be able in position to fight him is not that crazy. That's what you're saying. But I guess where I go with it, and what I hear you, and what you say makes sense. It makes sense, and I don't disagree with it. But I guess for me, the way I see it is like we all know they could have been fought, and then when the tables was turned, when Keith was the man and EJ was the upcoming dude, and we all know how he just avoided fighting him, and now we lead to this, and it's like, how should you get the same, a more lucrative opportunity than you was willing to afford that guy? You get what I'm saying? Like, you found a way around him, so like I don't really feel like he has to fight you. But again, I'm cool with it too. I ain't mad. I made my peace with boxing. I'll see what's going on. It's a lot of misdirection. It's a lot of misleading, and we just got to do a better job of paying attention. And right now, I'm just not mad. So if I seen EJ say he gonna spin the block, he gonna fight somebody, that means he's still gonna try to fight CBD, as Sis call him. So I'm cool with it. I ain't that mad. I ain't mad at it. But I'm telling you this: Keith Thurman gonna be changed. Ocean's 11 shit, yeah, messing up the sport. Too many hands in the pot, Jay. And I don't got to be on the inside to know that. You get what I'm saying? Just logically, just think about it. Too many hands in the pot. Everybody can't be greedy at the same time. Everybody can't get that payday that they're looking for at the same time. So the fights end up falling apart. I really believe that. People that be important are being, significant pieces into making these fights happen. Just be greedy and do shit for their own. They do shit for their own good. Kid Austin already got another fight set up. Another can. If they don't test him accordingly, Fate, he gonna be in trouble, respectfully. And I like him a lot. I like Kid Austin, but I'm not a fan of fighting mad people that I don't know. And we gotta keep trying to tune in to him fighting people that he's supposed to beat up. And then you got his father promoting him like he the next coming to Money May or something, or a Pretty Boy. So I just want to see him challenged accordingly. I don't want to see him get thrown in the fire too late and it be too much for him and end up getting beat. And this one next in order. That's not Al pulling these strings. I guess, yeah. I get you. But again, Ghost, just so you, because what you say when you say what you're saying, it makes sense to me. But I guess let me see if I could try to help you understand people. Some people, first of all, they don't understand that level of the business side of it or the pecking order that well. So I try to explain the best way I could for people that might not understand that. So I get what you're saying, but I think people disdain with the fight is because they feel like it's a guy that's just undeserving of a big opportunity like that. And they feel like because it's being pushed, not so much that he's in position where he's been, because his position is his positioning, right? That is just what it is, right? But this whole notion that it's being pushed and you got a guy that was adamant about not wanting to fight him, it's like you trying to force it. That's why you got people, I think, phrasing it that way. You get what I'm saying? Did that make sense? You got people kind of feel like somebody behind the scenes is pushing it. Somebody got a sweet spot for Keith Thurman. You get what I'm saying? If they trying to, I guess help him cut the line, so to speak, or usher him into an opportunity that he's undeserving of. Do that make sense? That's what I think where people's disdain is for the fight. It's not so much with Keith Thurman or Al. It's just, I think, if that makes sense, I think I'll try to, explain. I think that's how people feel. And it's nothing to do with the pecking order. It is what it is. But it's like when you look at Keith Thurman and the last time you seen him in the ring, we got to see him for 12 rounds. And we like, yo, that dude ain't beating no EJ. That dude ain't beating no dude that fought Ugas. And we expect ERROL to potentially be a bit better than he was against Ugas. You get what I'm saying? That dude ain't beating. You get what I'm saying? That dude ain't beating him. Or yeah. We talking about Jermaine Ortiz, bro. Crazy. Oh man. Nah, he put it this way, Ghost. Put it this way. When you pretty much say like you wish you would have fought him back then, you indirectly said there was opportunity for you to fight him, but you just didn't do it. You get what I'm saying? So I think that, again, if I'm just trying to be clear of, you know, I listen to a lot of people speak about Keith Thurman, things that's pissed him off, his injuries. That's the oddest thing that people be mad about Keith Thurman. It'd be his injuries, bro. They really be pissed at Keith about being hurt. But aside from that, it's the fact that he hasn't done enough. So don't nobody want to really see him, a dude that ain't done shit, when they know he could have fought a dude based off what he said. He said he knew he could have fought him. He wished he would have fought him before. He didn't do it. So that's telling me the opportunity was there. You just didn't take it because you ain't want to get like 3 to 5 fights taken off your career by fighting them. You think Danny Garcia gave you bone spurs when he punched you in your elbow? Spence would have punched your rib cage. It would have never been the same again. Or Caesar type of fighter. When he loses, he makes it close. Facts. He gains fans each, and he gonna gain experience and get better. Position that time we can Floyd and promote. Keith Thurman. You know, the boy Spence back at the time. I guess I mean it's a bunch of ways we could kind of explain that, but I get what you're saying. But for me, once I heard Keith Thurman say that, and I don't know how everybody else feel. When I heard Keith Thurman say, I wish I did fight him before, that's telling me you knew you could have. Had you wanted to fight the dude, you could have, and you didn't. And we all know why you didn't. So it's like now you kind of trying to jock for position and use your privileged position, and somebody obviously got a soft spot for Keith Thurman. You trying to use that as a reason to make people believe you deserve an opportunity. I'm not even sure, but you know what? I would like to hear again from Keith Thurman. It's a reason I'm saying again, because I heard him before. I want to hear what he really going to do, because he ain't nowhere near welterweight. So I ain't going to put his ass in there. He going to get hurt, man. I'm telling. All right. Go ahead, Keith Thurman. I don't know if you know JusDue exists, bro, but we over here on YouTube, bro. You got to chill, man. I should be the voice in your head, Keith Thurman. This the voice in your head. You ain't going crazy, man. Just leave that Errol Spence dude alone. Leave the dude that flew through the car, the windshield, or threw from his Ferrari. Yeah, leave that dude alone. Yeah, because he ain't the same dude no more anyway. But you definitely want to leave him alone, because he might be a little more dangerous than he was before. You know what I mean? He more committed than ever. Keith Thurman, if you listening, stay far away from Errol Spence Jr., especially this year. If you try to fight, definitely, matter of fact, stay away from Errol Spence until you at least show somebody that you could knock somebody out again, or you could really hang. You know what I'm saying? I don't think your body could physically handle Errol Spence. Keith Thurman, if you listening, what's his trainer name again? What's that dude? Damn, I forgot the dude name, but somebody need to tell him. Tell Keith Thurman to stay away from Errol Spence, y'all. Coach Ellis, nah. What is it? Where it's at? I'll go check it out, because I ain't gonna be here too much longer. We're gonna rock out for a few more minutes. I just wanted to make sure I got my points across to the family as always. Ellis Coach double down on what Ellis said. They want Ennis. Oh, okay. Keith, either champions or anyone in the top 5. They're top. That's okay. Yeah, that's cool. Bet. I want to see Speedy Rashidi. He want that smoke. Shit, Ugas mentioned Boots. I'm like, man, boy, you already coming. You already trying to recover. You already got one of your lives taken by EJ. The last thing you need to do is try to fight Boots off of EJ loss. That's bogus. That's no mysteries to people who value, or you would not be in the equation. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? But you see what I'm saying, though. It's obviously somebody that you know, everybody don't get the same opportunities Keith Thurman would get, given his lack of activity lately. And that's where I be trying to explain to people, like somebody, and that's just my opinion too. I can't say that's a fact, but somebody clearly got love for Keith Thurman over there at the PBC. I don't think nothing wrong with that. I think somebody got love for the boy, though. And I think that's how he, you know what I mean? Because to be honest, he hasn't done nothing that would say, yeah, you know, get in there and show me you could beat Spence. Like, that's a foregone conclusion. The only thing he gonna get is a retirement check. Guarantee you probably never see Keith Thurman fight another 2 or 3 times after he fight EJ. I'm telling you, that shit different. Yeah, man. But yeah, Stanionis and Spence. Like I said, I was thinking that's the way it was gonna go, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Cause ain't he supposed to be fighting before the end of the year? So Stanionis already said he wanted to fight in December. Keith Thurman won't even be ready to fight in December, so that's never happening. His ass ain't even in shape at all. Thurman's an extreme chat, unfortunate circumstance. Oh yeah, with the injuries and all that. He would never. Yeah, I get that. He always say that, Ghost. He always say that. I wish I had the clip, Ghost, where he was saying you didn't beat one time. I know I could go find it, but you know what I'm talking about already. The clip where he didn't beat this one. He right. He right. But I mean, look, I'm past it. I'm past like really big. I ain't mad at it or nothing. Like Keith Thurman, if you on the docket next, so be it. I'm cool with all things now because I'm cool with whatever way it goes. Just to be clear, because I heard Errol Spence. Well, I ain't hear. I read him type. I seen it, the little quote where he said he gonna spin the block. So I'm cool. Which would whoever he fight, whether it's STANIONIS, Keith Thurman, it's not gonna be Boots. We know that. So I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. I hope Keith Thurman cool with it if he next too. He better be cool with it. He's going Rakers and a lot of them shots. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying though. And they basically what I'm saying is they treat their guys pretty good. Damn, I hope I ain't. She should have called me. He's texting me. No, I'm on here. Yeah. So I ain't mad at it. Hey, put him in there. Loman picked the right opponent, undefeated prospect, less experience, and he knew he never won 12 rounds. Imagine it was a 10 rounder who would win. That's one fate. That's that good old matchmaking, Fate. That's that good old top ranked matchmaking. We're gonna give him an opponent that's undefeated, respectable, but not enough experience, and it's gonna show down the stretch. Maybe the surface level thinkers can't see that, but we could. So we could see why they picked Jermaine Ortiz. Come on, man. Sparring partner too. Come on, man. We could go on and on. We go on and on. First 12 rounds or two, Fate, like you said. Talk to me, man. You know what I mean? Staying at 47 long, then keep help sell more pay-per-views. Yeah, I think, and that too, Jay. I agree with that. I agree. Yeah, he did play us, and that's why I called this live the domino effect, y'all. This is the domino effect. Do y'all see the results of us not getting one big fight we were supposed to get? Now we supposed to deal with mad little shitty fights, or what could be some shitty fights. You know what I'm saying? Or some undeserving fights. I'll say that out of respect for the sport. We ain't get the one big fight we were supposed to get because it's whatever reason. I ain't even got to get into that. Now we forced to deal with the trickle-down effect and get a whole bunch of questionable fights, and people get opportunities that they probably otherwise wouldn't have gotten had we got the big fight we were supposed to get. And then the level of misinformation out here is at an all-time high. So I ain't even mad at content creators. These sources is bogus as hell. It's sad as a grown man, you can't even take a man at their word and really, you know what I mean, and report some shit and be on point without somebody leave you. Yeah, it's a good retirement fight. Yeah, the check could probably be decent too. Yeah, man, it's over with, Jay. They could have that. They're not gonna sell us that. They're not gonna spray paint that lump of coal and tell us, you know what I mean, that it's gold, bro. Nah, we not buying it. We ain't. Yeah, he like a machine. He gonna beat the man. He gonna destroy him. Devin will destroy Loma. Yeah, and that version of Loma that we seen, they could keep pushing them narratives if they want to. He don't beat the Devin Haney I seen the last 2 times. The last 24 rounds that I seen Devin Haney, and them last 12 I seen from Loma, nah, no. Devin Haney is smoking right now. Just like Shakur said, Dav cooks Loma right now. All of this is Bud fault. Bud is bad for boxing. I told y'all. Nah, but yeah, Ghost. You see what I'm saying? The trickle down effect, the domino effect, bro. Like now we forced to deal with BS. You know what I'm saying? Mad, unnecessary fights and a lot of senseless arguments too. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know what's next for nobody. But we do know what's next is allegedly the December 10th, though. We know that. At least we got a date, y'all. We got a date for one of the biggest. Y'all mark that in y'all calendars, too. December 10th gonna be a big date, man. You're gonna see, you know what I mean? Buddy Crawford, man. It's gonna be a big day, yo. Buddy Crawford and David AVANESYAN. Regis being humble now. He seemed cool down now. I was trash talking for a minute. Someone to try. Hey, Fate, you know why he cooled down now? They done got him his title shot. Now he all people ass. Regis ain't mad no more. He's smiling. He feeling good now. He about to go put the work in. He about to fight hard. Watch. He gonna fight hard for this fight. This is gonna be a good fight. I'm leaning towards Regis to beat Zepeda. I think Regis gonna come in here motivated and hungry. He gonna show you that he wanted this title shot. Win, lose, or draw, but I'm leaning towards Regis right now. No budging next fight actually happens because it's looking real sketchy. That's all I keep hearing. Hey, yo. I just want to be clear, yo. A lot of times I be silly laughing at stuff, yo, but I'm gonna say this now. If for any reason that dude don't fight the guy that they reported him to fight and he don't fight that date, I'm gonna laugh at him and only him. It's gonna be funny about him, only him, because you walked away from giving us what we want just to not get nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna laugh. That's gonna be funny. Yeah, somebody gonna have to pay for all the shit we had to sit through. Devin beats him with a jab. I'm telling you, he looked older and slower, just like Shakur said. That's all. That don't mean he can't fight still and still be a dangerous fight for anybody, but he ain't as dangerous as I thought he would have been a couple years ago. Just put it that way, had he fought other people then. But Correa's been on this path. Has skills, but always waiting on him to fight somebody who's a challenge. It's real. Me and my cousin was at Regis by KO under 10. I could see it. I could see it because of pay to fight back. I could see it. How you scored the first 10 rounds of Loma versus Ortiz. I'm going to say this, Fate. I'm going to say, look, somebody that I respect, at 9 rounds in, they had a 7-2 for Ortiz. I'm going to say that. And those are people I respect. And I'm not saying that to say I disagree. I'm saying that to say, you said something about the first 10. That's the first 9. So I don't think they was crazy when they said that. So I just know certain arguments ain't for me to have up here. They're going to get me arguing with people because I felt like Loma shouldn't have won. TBS, Kyle, what's good with it? Salute to the boxing section. What's good with you, bro? I've been sketchy when you check that venue listing. Nah, I know. It's crazy, man. It's crazy that boxing is in a weird space. Yo, they be misinforming us. And I said this, like, and this is as a content creator, like, if it's a source out there misleading one of the brothers, then it's a bad thing for us all, because that source could then become a cancer in the sport. And you know what I mean? Until people really catch on to them not being a credible source. You know what I mean? I think bad information for any content creator is bad for our community. Like, misinformation is what's wrong with boxing anyway. You know what I'm saying? Heard it talking to Paulie recently, I hope. Bill, they better not. He said they ain't got no choice at this point. Ghost ain't even up to dab no more. He got in the ring, it's over. He got in the ring. We expect to see that fight. He told him to get in the ring. If it don't happen, I'm gonna say it's Loma fault, because his promoter say he ain't ready. So he called Dab a heavyweight. So I'm about to start in a minute. I'm about to start jacking. In a minute, I'm about to start jacking Loma ain't ready. Now, since they want to push narratives, I'm about to start saying Loma ain't ready for Dab, yo. Wait, they might really move up instead. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy if they do, Ghost. I think Haney will go the 140 route. I hope I'm wrong. Yeah, whatever he do, whether he stay at 35, it's no safe. It's no easy route. Let's be clear with Devin Haney. Whether he elect to stick around and make that weight and fight Loma, that's still a real threat. Even though I think he beat Loma, but if he go to 40, it's no easy route. I respect it either way, yo. I don't even have the energy to be mad no more in boxing. Just, if you do what you say you're gonna do, I'm cool with that. Yeah, he go that 140 route is gonna be tough. You feel me, T? So yeah, they mislead one of us, then we all could, you know what I mean, end up being misled. Advil getting interviewed today. Oh yeah. The manager, right? I seen that headline. Mr. 24 hours getting interviewed. Mr. 24 to 48 hours getting interviewed. So they talked to Paulie recently 3 days ago, and it was the very end. Bill brought up the weight and started saying things like that made it absurd. I know. But I say this, man. Once he got in the ring, man, he basically told everybody he wants smoke. When he got in the ring, he told everybody he wanted smoke. I'm gonna be here for another 10 minutes, y'all. I'm gonna get to the 3-hour mark. Oh shit, K-Rod, I ain't see you back there. What's good with it, man? Dab himself.
Yeah.
So everything makes sense. Yeah. I tell you one thing they better do, Ghost, real quick. I say this. My comment to this is Dev and Bill better get on the same accord, because don't be like Chris Eubank and Chris Sr. You know what I mean? You talking about weight and your son out here. Oh man, wow. Damn, that just made me think about something. Because it to an extent, they already doing it, bro. That's crazy. You just said that. They literally doing what Chris Eubank Sr. and Jr. is doing. Chris Eubank Sr. was talking about weight and his son being cut weight cutting weight and it being dangerous, right? Now, Bill Haney ain't saying that, but he's bringing up the weight as a concern. But Devin Haney is taunting Lomachenko eating pizza and donuts. So he legit, they literally doing the same thing. That's why I'm not buying the weight shit. Because you can't say that and then your son just eating any type of way. And it's like, I'm going to have the same energy for him as I had for Conor Benn. When Conor Benn did it, I mean, not Conor Benn, when Chris Eubank did it, I just thought the weight thing was an excuse because it's like, if he really was worried about weight, why would he be eating like that? And it's like, if y'all really worried about weight and making 35 again, why is hold on, y'all. My bad. Man. It just blew my energy. So you're advancing approximately 10 mil for an event. Supposed to overlook a rush flyer. Yeah. And that's why I put that up there too, yo. Not that shit on nothing or not the critique. Just certain things don't add up. But I guess I'm gonna just wait and see because I ain't gonna jump to no foregoing conclusions. I'm gonna just wait to see how it play out. But okay, Rob, my bad. What you got, bro? I'm gonna be here to the 3 hour mark. I got about 8 more minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna say like in regards to that whole debacle. I just think at this point Devin needs to move up. I don't think he needs to give Lomachenko shit. I think it's better to just move up to 140, beat up on anybody that has a title. I don't see why he can't, hover over to any other promotional network like the PBC just to go get that work, and then after that, just move on because there's no other big fights, over at Top Rank. So it's like I don't see why Devin's gonna waste his time with Lomachenko because if Lomachenko uses that, I need like a lot of time to prepare for fight. Then no, fuck that. Fuck you. I'm gonna move on. I'm undisputed. I don't need to give you anything. So I'm just saying, like, from my own perspective, if I was undisputed like Devin, if I was in his shoes, I'd say fuck Lomachenko. You don't need to fight him because it's not anywhere near like the Keith Thurman situation with Errol Spence. It's the fact that Lomachenko, he didn't want to give Errol Spence his opportunity when Lomachenko didn't want to give Devin Haney his opportunity when Devin wanted to beat him. But now it's like he's entitled to fighting Devin because why? Because you decided not to do what Devin actually did now. So at this point, man, he's not a marketable asset. Like,
yeah, I think with me is like, should I say like what you saying? I get it because it with me it don't always have to be one way. So all you did was explain another option. Like, you know what I mean? He don't have to do that, but the way he was talking, like, the way they was going back and forth for these years, and he called him Lomachenko. Remember, he nicknamed him that and all that. And you've been adamant. I was reading not too long ago, him saying like fighting Lomachenko, that's a fight he want because fighting him and beating him and get him the respect that he deserves. So it's like you everything you was saying was sounding like that's the guy that you feel like if I beat up, it's nothing nobody can say. And then it's like, as soon as it get time where y'all can actually fight, it's like, now you're going to slide up to 40. But for me, if it's really like a health situation, like with the weight, then I'm cool with it. Cause I'm going to be fair across the board. Like, I don't think you should, but what you saying, you got a nutritionist and you made the weight easier. It's like, I don't know what we talking about weight for if you eating pizza and donuts again. You trolling Loma because he called you a heavyweight, you eating pizza and donuts. So that's not saying nothing bad about Dev. It's just like, yo, you ain't worried about weight that much, bro. Because he ain't going up to 40 to fight you. Like, man, that'd be a massacre too. I think you go up to 40, that Dev would have his way with him for real then. But either way, I think Dev beat him. I just would want to see it because, like I said, it'll shut some people up. Some people really don't think Dev got what it take to beat Loma, or they think Loma will still beat him. I'm hearing some people picking Loma by late TKO. I'm like, nah, I don't think so. I think Haney will find a way to beat him. Make him. Let's move up. Yeah, your health is more important. If it's a health situation goes, then yeah, I'm with it. That's why I said that move up. But I'm still listening. I'm still remembering all that smoke and energy you had for him when the fight wasn't in position to be made. Now that it is, it's like, oh, I think, I don't know. We gotta see about the weight. When you just was saying how you made the weight cool because you had a nutritionist. That's all I'm saying. I'm just going off of what he said. So I ain't mad at him. If it's really weight though, go ahead, going up. Because it ain't, again, and why I'm saying that, because it's no easy road for Devin Haney. If he stay there and make the weight, he's been there for a while, and the challenges get harder if he decides to stick around for more than one fight. Or go to 140, they bigger, stronger, you know what I mean? It get harder up there. He ain't taking no easy route. So he gonna, I respect whatever he do. I ain't gonna be mad.
Yeah, like I just want to see Devin move up because I don't want to have him go through like a like a situation where he ends up coming in really unhealthy, drained, like that. And, I think Lomachenko will use that as like a primary, advantage point to take advantage of Devin. And I don't see why Devin can pull off a Canelo Alvarez type deal where he could say, okay, well, we could fight for undisputed, but I should have like a catchweight clause, put into let the fight, because Vasyl Lomachenko doesn't deserve shit, and Devin Haney is the ASAT, so he should have every single bit of advantages over him.
Speaking of ASAT, K-Rock, did you see that Loma admitted to Dad being the A-side?
Yeah.
Yeah, he admitted to it. He said, yeah, he is the A-side. He said it. He said that. So
by that logic, Lomachenko fans can't argue over what Devin wants in his contractual negotiations. So
they ain't gonna never show you, Jay.
If I'm Devin, I should have this fight at a catch weight where I could blow up to however much weight I could rehydrate to. And Lomachenko, he can come in at like, I don't know, like 136 or 138. Like at least give Devin like the benefit of the doubt. He doesn't need to hold on to the titles. He could basically say, F you, Loma, I don't need to have these belts anymore. And he could basically just have a like pretty much like a farewell fight. He doesn't need to prove that he's undisputed by having, put the belts, on the line. If belts don't matter to Devin, then Devin should say, all right, fuck you, I'll just come in overweight and then I'll fight him. I don't care. But I mean, that's just basically what I'm saying. Like, if I'm Devin and I am the ASAT, I should have like a weight class advantage over him. Because it's like,
I mean, the people, right? Put all types of clauses, shit. Lomachenko made Rigo jump 2 weight classes to fight him, right? Shit. So
yeah. So why can't Devin? So why can't Devin come in super heavy to beat the crap out of Loma? It's like it only makes sense, and I just don't like the fact that Devin, he feeds into like what Lomachenko says, and then he tries to act like Lomachenko's gonna be respectful to Devin leading up to the fight. And like I personally believe Lomachenko got bad blood with Devin. I think Lomachenko doesn't respect Devin as a person and as a fighter, because he's jealous that Devin actually wanted to actually take away his spot, and he made the mistake of not fighting him in the past. So after all these years built up, where you basically pulled off like the same bullshit with Gervonta Davis, where you wanted to fight Gervonta Davis when he when he wasn't even ranked at all to become a potential contender for like a world title. That's when Lomachenko screwed up, and he decided to let Tank keep getting better and keep gaining more experience. And then when Gervonta said that it's time to fight Lomachenko, he was like, no, like I'm not gonna fight him. So he basically did the same thing to Devin too. Like, he basically allowed Devin to keep getting better, keep getting more skills, and look at where Devin's at. Look, right now he's already getting into his man strength, and he's already skilled enough to beat Loma. So like at this point, Lomachenko, he deserves nothing but disrespect from Devin. Like if I'm Devin, there should be any reason of like there shouldn't be any reason to give any respect to Lomachenko, and you should have all the advantages over Lomachenko, because if you were the B side coming into a Lomachenko fight, then Lomachenko would do the same thing to you. He would try to screw you over. He would try to find any means of trying to make this fight, I guess at a disadvantage, and he's not going to be fair coming into the fight. So I think Devin should do the same thing to him.
I feel you. But knowing that he won't, because that's just gonna get people. That's gonna give people a way to try to talk some shit. So again, if he needed whatever talking he was gonna do with his team, he need to go ahead and do that. Or you need to figure out if they're gonna stay at 35 or 40 and make that decision fast, because he on the clock. So if he stay there, then fight Loma, beat his ass. You know what I'm saying? I think he'd be the
Yeah, like it just gets me pissed off that people make this double standard excuse for black fighters when it comes to white fighters fighting each other, like Lomachenko, because this is like the same dipshit that says that he looks up to Muhammad Ali and all these black American great fighters, but yet when ESPN and all these racist ass dipshits compare him to the greats, he's like he's not even close to their level. And Lomachenko, he's been basically fed, with like a silver spoon his whole entire career, compared to all the other fighters that could have been way better than Lomachenko. They never were able to they were never able to be given their opportunity to shine over him, because Lomachenko, he was given political protection like the entirety of his career. So if he had lost to Gary Russell and he had fought all the other top names at from 126 heading into 135, then I would give Lomachenko more I would give him more respect to losing to those great fighters if he were to lose to them or beat them, versus trying to keep avoiding them and fighting to the level of your competition, and then pretending that you are pound for pound number one, or just a top pound for pound fighter based off of what these dumb casuals would say, off of the bullshit accolades, which that doesn't determine pound for pound, and that's not how pound for pound was based off of. But still, Lomachenko skill wise is not greater than all the great fighters that came before him. And the problem with him is that he decided to keep avoiding the top fighters while he was at the top, because he politically protected himself through Top Rank and through whatever promotional management that moved his career carefully to make sure that he doesn't lose to more heavy loaded opposition. Because if he had lost to Gary Russell, he probably would have been rock bottom in his career, and he probably would have gone back to fighting Euro bum fighters, and then moving forward he probably would have fought for some vacant belt, like what Top Rank likes to do. They always set up their fighters for vacant belts, because if Lomachenko really wanted that smoke, he could have easily fought Shakur Stevenson when he was on the come up. But then on top of that, at 130, he could have done the same thing to go after all the other champions that were rising with him. But it's just so happened to be a misconspiracy that, or a misconstrued, mindset from his own fans to think that he couldn't have been undisputed at 130 or 126, but for some odd reason, he's able to get undisputed without putting in the work to go after Teofimo Lopez, to which he ended up losing. But still, but the whole play was there for Lomachenko to basically pull off a Canelo Alvarez type run, where he thought everything was going to be put in front of him to become undisputed at 135, which he didn't want to do it at 126. He didn't want to do it at 130. So what makes all these dumbass fans think that he was going to do it at 135, where all he had to do was just beat up Devin Haney? You could have kept all three, or you could have kept you could have kept whatchamacallit, all three of your belts at that time frame, and then fight Teofimo Lopez for undisputed. The fact that Lomachenko didn't want to fight Devin was clearly because he knew he was going to lose. Because otherwise, if he had confidence, in himself, he would have been fought Devin. He would have gotten away.
he allowed his promoter to work his magic, and you know, he used his privileged position that, like Ghost been saying, all the top ranked fighters pretty much have.
Because what if Devin was like, let's just say if Devin was like with PBC, and you know he was still his own promoter, but he was just going through like the PBC route just to get good fights in leading up to Lomachenko. Does that mean Top Rank's gonna still break their rules to act like, oh, okay, well, we don't have to honor this fight because Devin is his mandatory, but knowing that he is Lomachenko's mandatory, he's still gonna have to go through like the same side of like the street bullshit of him having to cross over, or Loma's gonna have to cross over or joint promotional platform with PBC anyway. But knowing that Devin, he was with DAZN, you know, knowing how Bob Arum, like, you know, he doesn't like Eddie Hearn, but still Devin's not, you know, like Eddie Hearn's fighter. He, like, you know, he's his own promotional boss, having his own company, and he's partnered with DAZN for the sake of taking advantage of what money was being made between them. So when Devin came, I heard it from like some interview at that time frame when Devin beat Zaur Abdulwalev, he said he is now the mandatory to go after Lomachenko, but if Lomachenko decided not to fight Devin, then Lomachenko would have had to vacate his belt, or he should have been stripped, you know, right off of at the jump. And then Devin and Luke Campbell were supposed to fight for the WBC vacant title. So then what ended up happening was that Lomachenko decided to duck Devin to go through the WBC franchise belt that was pioneered through Canelo Alvarez first, and then Lomachenko requested to get his own belt, in which Mauricio Suleiman said this, you know, multiple times, and he was exposed, you know, live on video for it, saying that Lomachenko and Bob Arum were hand in hand together to get that WBC franchise belt. So then after that, Lomachenko decided to fight Luke Campbell, which he basically broke the rules because, you know, the WBC I should have never done that in the first place, and knowing that the franchise belt is unjustified to begin with, if Lomachenko is the franchise champion and you don't want to fight your mandatory,
blame Cinnamon. Yeah, Cinnamon clitoris, man. Nah, but you're right, man. You make some great points, K-Rod. But say hopefully, you know, and I say hopefully because, like I was saying before, all these dudes that got their fight out the way. They gimme fights. Cambosis was twice. Dave, you went and did your thing. Tank, you got Rolly out the way. Shakur up there. Loma, you got your sparring partner out the way. So let's see where all this shit go from here. But shit, I got to get up out of here, K-Rod. I appreciate you pulling up as always.
All right. I'll talk with you soon.
All right, bro.
Yep, have a good one.
All right. What type of alternative facts is these? Y'all stupid, yo. Yeah, Canelo started his privileged belt. Yeah. Salute to the family fate. Appreciate you, Ghost. Appreciate you, Conquest. Salute to everybody in the building. Y'all smash that like button for me on your way out. It's early, so you know I like to double up. So y'all feel free to head over to the bro G5. I think 5 is on now, man. So appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Thanks. Y'all already know, Ghost. That's a fact. We up out of here. Peace, y'all.